You live.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Kakadas.
and double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing His word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as all you believers out there who believe on the gospel. And again, the Lord blesses us with another opportunity to come here and do what? Prophesy, shit, not only against America, but against the world, man. You know, in which the prophets are assigned to the world that a change is coming. You know, hey, remember Samuel? He walked into the city and everybody got scared, like, oh, you got a good report or what? So when a prophet's on the scene, that means something. Like I said in, I forget where it's at, I think it's Isaiah 8, when it says, I and the children whom the Lord have given me are for sons and wonders within Israel. We assigned, man. We assigned that, look. Well, how are we assigned? Because we're coming out telling the people what's about to occur in the earth. You know? Now, for these people, they just see, you know, blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans, you know, with garments on, teaching the Bible. But we understand what we're doing right now is literally going to change the earth, going to change the world. What proof that Yahushua said in Matthew 24, when this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, to a witness unto all nations, and then what? Then shall the end come. Right. So literally what we doing is changing the world. We calling out the so-called white man for his evils that he done, and not just him, but these other nations, and we telling our people it's time to repent. So we're in that time the Lord about to bring his judgment, man. Right. You know? But if anybody, you know, I got one time. You got it, you got it. We can get into it.
Let me back up real quick when it gets said. This Isaiah 11, starting verse 12. He says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. How we've been gathered, okay? Via the Urim and the Thummim, okay? Inside, being what you're looking at right here. There you go, brother. All right? And ultimately, Yahweh shot. Okay, that's how the elect are being gathered right now. All right? All right? So it says, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. All right? So the nation of what you see in the southern and northern kingdom going to be joined together. All right? It won't be no more of that of the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. It will be all one. Okay? That's what's happening right now on earth. So when you read Revelation 11 chapter, it said they should great fear fell upon them that seen them. So Esau is shaking in his boots right now because the nation is being brought back together through this word. That's all I had.
And which they know that, but the nations know what time it is. In Judah 5, what it say? As long as they separated from their power, we can overcome them. But when they come close to their power and follow his ways, then we through. They understand that. That's why I say in Revelation 11, what else? Ezekiel 37, that once they see us rise upon our feet, great fear fell upon them, man. They know how it was when King David and Solomon was ruling. What we did for fun, we'll take Edomites on the ledge and throw them off a rocky cliff just to see them die for fun. That's what we did. So how much more in the kingdom of heaven? Right? But as the brother said, it starts with this. We being gathered together by the word. Who would have ever thought that the most oppressed people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we the guys of the earth? But it starts with this word going forth. You got it, right?
And like I say, and you see that being made manifest across the four corners right now. You got GMS camps in Italy, Rome, London, Suriname, Jamaica. But what's the common denominator? Japan, all right? But what's the common denominator? Call Halayim Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The name of the Lord has gathered. But I got that when you call.
You got it.
This is Baruch chapter 5, verse 5. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high.
Who is Jerusalem? That's the Israelites. We got different code names or nicknames or titles. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the Israelites, known as Mount Zion, Jerusalem, so on and so forth. You got to do, bro.
It says, arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about towards the east, and behold thy children gather from the west.
It says, and behold thy children, Israel, gather from the west
unto the east,
by
the word of the Holy One.
So how we being gathered? By the word of the Holy One, and it's said from the west, right?
That's right.
That's where the truth started at, right here in the west. Over you know, the New Jerusalem being New York, as we would know it as one West. And then once the split happened, it continued through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. So it started in the West, and this word spread to the four corners, and that's how we being gathered back together by the word of the Holy One, which is spiritual because the word gathering us spiritual, and the word gonna gather us physically too. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you can finish it out.
It says, behold, thy children gather from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of our power.
What a Baruch too. In the land of our captivity, we're gonna remember ourselves. So what's knowing down? Yahweh Shai our people. The Lord looked like us, the Most High looked like us. King David, that was us back then. That's why we rejoicing. And what's the main point of our rejoicing? Knowing what we in captivity, this ain't gonna be forever. We understand that these heathens who've been oppressing us, we gonna get the last laugh. That's about hearing the gospel. What's the gospel? The good news. You gonna bring that out, huh? Because look, once this good news come out, it's good news to us, but bad news to these heathens, man. The table's gonna turn. No matter who you are, white, as they would say white, but Edomites, so-called white people, Ishmaelites, you know, East Indians, all these, the Elamites, all of them. Everybody gonna get their payback for what they done to the nation of Israel.
A paradigm shift.
Straight up, man.
But the balance of power will shift. It's shifting right now.
Yeah.
Like what I said, like we're going into with this word. It's shifting.
Jacob held the hill of Esau.
Yep. Second to the 60s.
But to show you it's shifting now, back in the 40s, 50s, you couldn't do what we doing.
Nah, that's right.
You'll have a white man come down, call his boys, and you'll probably get hung on that pole right there.
Segregation.
You couldn't tell a man, as an Israelite, I'm gonna have you in slavery. I'm gonna have you in chains. You couldn't do this a couple years ago. That's just showing itself. This is a switch. It's a change coming to the earth, man. And it's all beginning by mere words. It ain't mere words, but just words itself. Esau don't know how to fight this fight. You know how Wilder, he was used to hitting everybody with that right hand. But Fury came with a little something different. Well, that's the same thing Esau used to going of being physical with everybody, dropping bombs, shooting guns with tanks. But we coming at him with something he never seen. That's right. We just speaking words, and that's gonna kill him himself, man. And they fear that. Shit, bring him out.
Yeah.
Get it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceits, the kingdom of heaven, is translated from one people to another. Or the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
That's it. And this got to be talking about two people right here, because only two nations was given the complete dominion over the whole earth. Everybody, Cyrus the Persian, he wasn't given rulership over the whole earth. The Pharaoh in Egypt with Moses, he wasn't given rulership over the whole earth. Darius the Mede, he wasn't. Alexander, they wasn't given rulership over the whole earth. But it started with Alexander though, because who was the only two nations that was given rulership over the whole earth? According to Genesis 27, it was the so-called white man and the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, which in the scripture is Esau and Jacob. Esau is the so-called, not so-called, is the father of these white people today. And Jacob is the forefather of the Edomites. You got us, Quan.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the pardon of the sunder of times, or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow? If I may add.
And when you go into this context, Ezra's asking like, Lord, if we your chosen people, but why are we suffering under these people who you said you don't even care about? You said they was like spit to you, so why are we suffering? And his thing was, when is this gonna change? And the Lord told him, well, the change gonna come. You got us, man. This is when the change gonna come. This is how we know we at the end of the world, man.
Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
And that's it. That's going to be the great paradigm shift that we're living in. Esau, the so-called white man, woman and child, they're going to be the last heathen rulers of this current world. Right? That's why you got the likeness of the statue with Nebuchadnezzar. You know, you got the beast also with Daniel. Because who was going to be the last heathen ruler? The so-called white man. Right. Now, remember that stone was going to come and hit the feet and the toes. That's our rulership. That's Jacob taking down Esau.
That's your precept.
You got us, Quan.
All right, this is Revelation 11 and 11. After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life of Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them that saw them. All right, and that's what's going on now. They see we came back to our nationality, our customs, our culture. They spent trillions of dollars to keep us away from this knowledge. And now that they see the Great Awakening, they're fearful. All right? They're passing legislation to shut the internet down because of what? That fear of us bringing this truth out and telling the truth. We expose it. So we're living in some beautiful times, man.
That's right.
All right? They're dread because the elites of this nation know, like the brother brought out of Judah the 5th chapter, when the Most High is happy with us and dealing with us, he defends us.
That's right.
All right? And he's going to put us in the place of dominance where we belong. You got it, all right?
Good. And that's beautiful what he said, because that go right into that Philippians. Once this gospel come out, that's good news for us, and that's fear upon these heathens, because they know what time it is, man. And we gonna, let's get this real quick out there, Philippians.
Philippians chapter 1 and verse 27. And the scripture reads, only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of a Mashiach.
So the subject matter as we read is the gospel. So from here on, it's concerning the gospel. And what's the gospel? What we teaching our people?
The good news.
The good news. So let's see what this gospel gonna do. As the prophets are set up to bring out the gospel, let's see the reaction of the Israelites compared to the heathens. You got it, bro.
That whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit,
Right.
with one mind,
Right.
striving together for the faith of the gospel.
Okay, you got it.
All right? That's what we're doing right here. We're striving. The Bible says what? Strive for the masters. Okay? Giving that diligence. Okay? That means to be occupied, to be studious. Okay? No days off in the ministry, man. It's something that you can be doing in this truth that can have your mind locked in so you don't get caught slipping. All right? So it says, and in nothing terrified by your adversaries.
So as we bringing out the gospel, that's the subject matter. As we bringing out the gospel, the scripture says, don't be terrified by your adversaries. That's what the elder Yaquab just brought out. As we standing in the face of great boldness before our enemies, right? Don't worry about what these people got to tell us, how they feel, right? If a white man walk by, you gonna stop talking. Wait, hold on, let's let him pass first. Nah, fuck all that. No, we gonna bring out this truth.
Or if your boss come out here and he see you out here speaking about the so-called white man being the devil, he's going to slave everything, you freeze up and don't want to talk about it.
You turn your head like you looking over here, shit.
I got something.
You got it, bro.
No, you got a little more than that, because the point is, it says, as we bringing out this truth, do not be terrified by these heathens. It's gonna tell us why. You got it, bro.
All right. It says, and in nothing terrified by your adversaries, which is to them an evident token of perdition.
So as you bringing out this truth, it's to them, it's clear they about to get judged. It says an evident token of perdition. If a brother won't, let's get that in the NLT. That's Philippians 1 and
28.
28. I'm curious to see what it say. So this gospel is a clear sign to our enemies that they about to get destroyed, that they about to get judged. And to us, it's what?
Yeah. But to you of salvation, and that of Yahweh Shah.
And that's the beauty of it. It's good news for us and bad news to these heathens, man.
Right.
Come on, you got it, right?
This is Philippians 1 and 28 in the NLT. Don't be intimidated in any way by your enemies. This will be a sign to them that they are going to be destroyed, but that you are going to be saved even by the Most High himself.
Come on, man. And even on one of these people called Jesus Christ, he said the same thing in Luke the 4th chapter. Because remember, he quoted Isaiah 61 when he was talking about to the Israelites, it's good news to y'all. But he said in the 3rd verse, I believe, that there's going to be indignation and judgment on everybody else for the adversaries of the Lord. So the one everybody called Jesus Christ, he feel the same way we do, which his name is Yahweh Shai, man. You know? And he coming back to bring judgment. Brothers got something?
I got one.
You got it, right?
Yeah, I got one too.
You got it.
This is Amos chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. And what? That's the northern and the southern kingdom, the elect, all coming back together. And I will raise up his ruins and will build it as in the days of old. What's it saying? Job, I believe, chapter 8. They shall seek after the old paths of their forefathers, which is what we're doing right now. Changing our lives completely by the understanding of the ways of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Coming out on these highways and byways and boldly proclaiming that this devil, this Edomite, this so-called white man, and all these other heathen nations are about to be under our boots in slavery, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahweh, that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. You know, those hills are talking about governments melting. These heathen governments falling out of power and getting hit by nukes. And what? The plowman overtaking the reaper. A role reversal. The slave, the servant, the second class in society becoming the king, the ruler, while the heathens are going to go and be the plowmen and the slaves and those that are going to build up the kingdom of heaven for us.
That's right.
And it all begins with preaching this word.
All right, and this is how it's going to be done, man. This is back up what the brother just said. All right, it starts with pushing this word. All this, the serf, the peasant, all right, rising up out of dunghill, overtaking this devil. It starts with pushing this truth, man. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, and we're not going to do it with guns, tanks, laser beams, all right? But mighty through Yahweh to pulling down the strongholds. The strongholds is what got us in derision, our mindsets. The war is in your mind. All right, so Yahweh Shai want us to renew the way we think. That's when he's going to come deliver us. We got to be kingdom-minded, okay? Not thinking like these degenerate Americans. Casting down imagination, the lies we were taught, all right? This westernization, Hellenization that was put on us violently, all right? You got to wipe that shit out of your mouth. That's why our great king told Nicodemus, you have to be born again, all right? And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bring it to every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach Yahushua. All right? And when we're talking about reigning supreme and getting dominance on the planet Earth, that's not going to happen to these 144,000 men have this song. All right? When you have this song in you, and you all have the same mindset, then he's going to come deliver us.
Got it, brother. Hey, just to back the brother up, because like the brother said, you got to have that song, you got to have that testimony, man. All right? You got to speak a prophecy. It tells you in Revelation, the 14th chapter, those lyrics. What? Fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Babylon is going to be destroyed. Don't take the Quran, man. All right? So this is Revelation 19 and 9. It says, and he said unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And that Lamb is Yahushai, man, who's worthy to open the seals in Revelation, the 5th chapter, man. But we have that knowledge through Yahushai, man, the understanding of these prophecies to determine what times we're in right now. So it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. And that's ultimately those lyrics in that song that the brother was talking about, that the elect have, the 144,000. And I just want to get that word real quick. It's that word prophecy in Revelation 19 and 10. It says, Strong's G 4394, prophetia. It says, I'm going to get to the point, it says, used in the New Testament of the utterance of Old Testament prophets. So you got to think about it. During the time the New Testament was going on, what did they have to refer to? The Old Testament. It tells you in Jeremiah, the 28th chapter, the prophets that have been before me. So even the prophets before Jeremiah were prophesying leading up into this point we're in right now, man. The destruction of Babylon and the deliverance of the hopeful elect.
The seventh from Adam, since Enoch.
Yeah,
Enoch was prophesying us getting a Messiah to come get us out of this fallen estate, man.
Right, bro. Yeah, that was it.
I got this. Started. The second chapter 8 started verse 61. It says, and therefore is my judgment now at hand.
So that's the times we're in. Because look, what was the first thing about deliverance? First, the word had to come out, right?
That's right.
Well, obviously the word is coming out because we out here. So what's the next step now? Since the word came out, what's the next step after that? Judgment, man. Judgment. And as brother's been talking about since last night, but we gotta be in that time. Something big gotta happen. Everything is already set in place. They're talking about America defaulting on their debt. He gave it January 1st, but they gave him a grace period, like they said, the 5th number.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna change it.
The 5th, right?
But you know, June. But June 1st, they gave him a grace period, said we'll give y'all 4 more days so we can say the 5th. But the point is, we not tripping because one way or another, we know something gotta happen. They talking about the Fed now, right? So on and so forth. So the Lord's judgment is at hand. These people who've been going about their life, you know how it says, because a sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Yeah. People do what they want to do. Well, now we get into the times where the Lord about to start judging people as soon as they do shit. And not just as soon as they do shit, he about to start judging you for shit you already done. Yeah. You got it out.
Hey, this is 2 Thessalonians backing up what we're going into. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, "Indeed shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth." Go ahead,
now who the wicked? The so-called white man, woman, and child. That's the wicked of the earth. If not, where? Who else is it? Tell me who fucked up the earth. Tell me who pushing that rainbow flag agenda. Tell me who messed up the ocean and the seas to where animals. Bro, who would ever thought animals would be committing suicide? You got whales and fish beaching themselves. Yeah. Why? Because it got oil and pollution in the sea. Who else? Cyrus ain't have space trash. Pharaoh ain't have trash in space, huh? But who got trash in space? The so-called white man. Why is it a hole in the ozone layer? Because of the so-called white man. Him right there. Him right there. Cause look, that's how they play it off. That's how they play it off, because he put a suit on and a tie and shaved his face to make it look like, he got manners, but man, you fucking up the earth.
Hey, just to back you up, America is one big corporation, man. That's why I do, okay, well, we gonna default it on the first, then they say, oh, the fifth. Because Jake triggering in his mind, he like, man, are they gonna pull the plug or not? But ultimately, it's up to prophecy, man. All right? We know that they have to issue that charagma, all right, and certain things are gonna happen simultaneously before that, man. Pestilence, judgments, plagues. What's that guy name? Was saying basically it's gonna be something way more grievous and worse than the last
one of those
fight, man.
Those world hoopy.
Yeah.
Well, he's Indian with the glasses.
Yeah. Yo, you walk around. You walk north of Robert. Yeah, man.
I'm saying that's wild.
Yeah. Okay. You about to say something?
We got a flag for that nigga last time. What I'm saying, a guy like that walking down the street with a suit on, he be the motherfucker calling shots, and people walk by don't even know who he is, man. You know? Them the ones that women that be looking calling the shots. Right? Harris, Peon out there, numbskull, they're just out here to have a good time. Get their back cave in, right? Blow on some goddamn rod and shit. Meanwhile, this motherfucker that just walked by with the suit on, gonna catch him some nice cuisine and some wine and cheese. This nigga calling the shots. Hey, let them planes run into the building again. Right? Hey, destroy this, destroy that. Put this in the water. Yep. These niggas are hiding in plain sight. But the average, like I said, the average dumbass American that don't even give a shit, man. You can tell them all day, they don't give a damn. Especially you tribes. You tribes are the number one dummies, man. The Lord called you Sonic, you stupid, man.
Hey, to add on what the elder just said, we looked at a movie today, a movie called Exam, and Esau was doing up to his dirty tricks, doing a case study, and having them kill one another and playing all type of high-tech mind games. But the guy that was over it, he was just hiding in plain sight. He was there the whole time. You know, did we see the movie today? He was there the whole time, and he was the one manipulating everything. But he was acting like he was just like everybody else, blending in, man. That's what Esau do, man. It's beautiful that they brought it out, because that's the serpent way of doing things. He's subtle. Huh? He bring a lot of damage, but he ain't gonna say shit though. You know how niggas today, they do shit, they want to post it on Instagram, the white man don't move like that. And on the movie, he was crouching. He was acting like he was scared. He didn't say shit. He didn't say nothing. But he was the CEO of the company, though. You got it out.
All right.
I got a free second too.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh power had made. So ultimately, that spirit that resides in Esau, Edom today, is that spirit that was in him in the garden, man. All right? That subtle spirit, when you go into the beasts of the fields, that's the people of the earth, man. All right? He's the most crafty devil. That's why the Lord put it in there in Deuteronomy. I shall make war with Amalek from generation to generation, even up until this time, man. The Lord is going to make the ultimate war with Amalek, man. The third war. You got it.
Even after the Renaissance period, Esau came back out with a vengeance, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, my.
Strong, man.
Renaissance.
Yeah, right.
Like rebirth.
Rebirth,
right?
Huh? Yeah, that's right, bro. Yeah.
You know that scripture that says they go astray speaking lies as soon as they be born? What's the Renaissance? What is it called? The rebirth. As soon as they was born, came back out of that lower state, they started pushing out deception, man. Right. But that's why the brother brought out the scripture. The time is here where the so-called white man, the wicked of the earth, is finally being revealed. Everybody see you for what you are. And what that is, and what it is, Malachi, Nahum 3, when they talk about that whore, the skirt being lifted up, and all the nations, everybody can get that real quick.
The mother of harlots who sold the nation through her witchcraft.
Mm-hmm. Everybody saying America for what it is. Matter of fact, Putin said the other day, he was like, look, America, they're pushing that, using my words wisely, that PEDO file agenda on the kids. Putin was calling them out, man. That's why, and look, nobody want nothing to do with America because they see, that's why I said now the nations are mad. They bugged out too. That shit backfired from following the ways of the West. Now everybody's truly see you for what you are. And what's helping out this process of exposing the so-called white man? The prophets, man. Yep. The prophets. You got it out. Whoever got that Nahum, you got it out.
This is Nahum chapter 3. Verse. I'm gonna start at verse 1 and then jump down to 4.
You exalt your voice a little bit.
What'd you say?
You exalt your voice a little bit.
Okay. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery, and the prey departed not.
That's the bloody city. That's Babylon the Great America.
That's right.
It was built off bloodshed, and the so-called white man know that. That's why when they walk past a black or Hispanic, we didn't do that dumb-ass smile. That's that guilty-ass smile. That's that guilty smile, because they know judgment coming to them.
Call it a devilish grin.
The devilish grin.
That's right.
A mischievous looking smile.
Right. Well, we here to tell y'all.
Naughty man.
A naughty man. Right. Santa, you on a naughty list of Santa.
Hey, like that Grinch used to be on Grinch mischievous smile on that cone on his mouth.
Yeah,
that also calls him a churl.
A churl.
It goes into scoundrel.
Yeah.
And you know that Worcestershire cat, I think, the smile, Chester cat, that big ass, stupid ass grin. That's a so-called white man.
That's right.
You got it. You got it.
Verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and family through her witchcrafts. Hey, we know who that well-favored harlot is. Revelation 17, the mother of harlots.
That's right.
Mystery, Babylon the Great America. Yep. And what are those whoredoms? And it says she's the mistress of witchcrafts. This whole country was the founding fathers were Masons, part of these different secret societies, pushing out these different philosophies out here, and the alphabet agenda, feminism, all that. That's witchcrafts to turn these people into that satanic, godless lifestyle. But
I got you. Yes. And now you slap y'all real quick. Back in it, like the apostle did the video on the daughter of Babylon. Esau noticed. You type it in Google, what pops up? You got America's name right there in that summary, in that paragraph. So you can't hide no more. You've been revealed. We're gonna get back to that scripture also. Go ahead.
Pretty much the Google servers know who you are now. Everybody exposed. Everybody say, we get on them computers and put in who is Esau. Hit the images. What comes up? The so-called white man. Right? Put in Yahushua. What comes up? Dark image of a so-called black man. Right? The world has been woken to who you are, man. The world has been woken to who the Israelites are, man. It's plain as day. That's why I say I don't know how you niggas, you bugged out.
Yeah, that's it.
Drones
That's
out here,
it.
man.
Isaiah 47 and 12. That's the water. Right? That's it.
I don't know how you drones out here. You don't know that the MOBT is not the mark of the beast, man. Or the bear chip. Only a person that's willingly being ignorant would sit up there and totally ignore that. All right? But you got it out.
But why would America be called Babylon the Great? And the scripture says the mother of kingdoms, right? Because you got to consider each nation that was taken down from the beginning, Egypt. All of the, the witchcraft they had stored up, their ways of doing things, Persian, the Medes, the Greeks. Esau, he took down all these nations, so he really got those manuscripts. He got those old records. So Esau know, okay, this is what you got to do to, witchcraft on people. He got everything, man. So really America is like all these kingdoms of old put into one. That's why it's called a great melting pot.
It's a very known fact that the bulk of the information and records and relicas of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, are hidden in the Vatican, man. They got the records of who you are. They got the records of where you come from. We got the book. We got some of the top scholar books in our bag. They know that you're not African, man.
Right.
That the blacks in America are not African. That they know that the blacks in America go back to being the so-called the real Jews of the Bible, man.
That's right.
All right, it's a well-known fact. All right, and right along with them, Native Americans and Latinos are our brothers, man.
That's right.
All they've done over the years is divide and conquer. All right, divide and conquer us to make us think we're different.
I got you.
They come, but when you read these scriptures in the Apocrypha, which it means to be sitting away hidden, when you read this book, they tell you where the Native Americans come from. They tell you where you so-called Negroes come from. The Negroes in America come from the land of Israel, not Africa, man.
That's right.
Right, you're not African. Only thing you did, you stood in Africa for 1,000 to 1,500 years. You had your own agriculture, you had your own, separate from the real Africans, man. The real Hamites, right?
Ghana, Mali, Songhai.
Yeah. No, people don't even give a damn about Negroes and so-called Negroes in America. I'm saying so-called, because you're not none of those bywords, man. All right, Negro, that's a byword. Black, that's a byword. Ain't nobody goddamn, it's nobody black on earth, man. All right? You're not African American. How can you be from Africa and America? That's two different continents, man. Let alone when you ask another nation, hey, sir, where you from? He can tell you from X, Y, Z. Where you from? What lineage he comes from, his family.
From.
You so-called Negroes. I think I'm from uptown. I'm from downtown, my dad. No, that's not a nationality, man. I'm black. Yeah, I'm from Fifth Street.
I'm from the 337.
Stupid shit, man.
From Brooklyn, son.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Even the simple, how much even like, bro, look, brothers got black on. Like, bro, I'm not the same color as this. Like, we gotta have a land. We gotta have a heritage, man. It's in here. This is, niggas say black history. This black, Hispanic, and Native American history within this Bible, man. This is our heritage and culture.
yeah.
You look at that brother, you look at the elder shirt. The elder shirt is white. You put Esau up to that, he's not white. That's likened on to us. We're
It's a
not
new
black.
speak. It's a play on words, man. It's new speak. Right? One is to enhance the other by calling them pure. And the other one to call them black is to put you in a dark state, a negative state, man. Calling you negative, void, debt. To be black is debt. All right, now let's go to this. Now, to have color or carbon, all right, to have carbon and melanin, they call that. You can go look it up. They call it the basic of life. To be truly alive. To not have color in your skin, to be called white, you're dead, man. You're dead, and you nations are dead. They tell you the scriptures in Revelation. When you look at a fucking Elamite, that nigga had he had that whole Bruce Lee shit going on, the dark skin, the black eyes. The nigga don't have nothing going on. He has no talent, don't do shit. All he do is answer the phone. Hello? That's all he do. Answer the phone for AT&T all fucking day, man. And smoke hookah. Ain't nothing special about him. All right? And then the goddamn Chinese man, ain't a damn thing special about him. He the last man on earth. No woman wants him. All right? You can't see, you can't fuck, man.
You can't drive either.
Yeah, you can't
For
fucking
them
drive,
dumbass
man.
feet, they walk flat foot.
Bad walking ass, man. You know? Damn sure, them Africans, man, you ham, you Manuk Bow, you pine tree built motherfucking Edomites, Hamites, you motherfuckers you definitely not the people, man. Got them brown ass eyes, them big cushion lips, man, and them big bell pepper nose. Ain't nothing. Motherfuckers ain't people, man.
Ain't nobody checking for you.
Ain't nobody checking for you, man. Only when you get to these people on the sign, you see that they are the people. The Negroes. Nigga in the worst state there is, man. Niggas between the rock and the hard place. All right, niggas in America, between pit bulls and niggas in America, the worst things there is, man. All right, and yet we still flourish and shine in our Lord's sake. Them Native Americans, they're some bad men. You can look at them, man. Them Latinos got the sauce, man, and the drip. And the chips, nigga.
They call him, this shit called, he got pizzazz. He's sauced up, man.
Yeah, they got flavor, man.
Yeah.
You look at them guys like Canelo and many more beyond them. You look at what's your man that got beat by Tank this recent? Ryan Garcia, the nigga before that, Rolling talk more shit. He talk more shit. Anytime he can talk shit with Jake, with Judah, hey man, you there, man.
He was talking shit after Tank with this Tank his ass out. I didn't even say
That's how you know that's a nigga.
It's a nigga, man.
I got one real quick for you. To back up how, bro, we creating these people even in our Florida State.
Hey, but do you look at it? Like, oh yeah, he caught me in the chin, and I was out for a minute, but I don't know. It's fucking, it's lame. Yeah. Like we was out there, we was out there at the park. These motherfuckers playing, what they call that shit? They playing beanbag.
Cornhole. Yeah.
Nobody saying nothing. It's quiet as a motherfucker. All you just hear sacks in the ground. Meanwhile, two like, it's on my mama. They play double on the man.
Play my bets up, bitch.
Yeah. They out there quiet as a motherfucker, man. You not the people, man. Go ahead, brother. I was just in this.
That's it. Bring it up. No flavor.
Real quick,
to back up the elder. This is Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 30. It says, the poor man is honored for his skill. Who the poor people right now? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But it says we honor for our skill. Yeah. Brian James. Yeah. Hey, you asked, when it's school time, the white people take their children to go buy school shoes. What they say, they don't say, I want the Larry Birds. No, I want the Currys, I want the Jordans, I want the LeBrons. What music they listen to? It ain't Slipknot, Green Day. No, they won't listen to NBA Young Boy.
I seen an all-white party. They had a little boy about a food. I'm trying to do it great. Edomites, man. All you see that hair, you see that Justin Bieber hair on that fucking forehead, you see them doing the gritty. They want to beat Jake, man.
Come on, man.
Got the hair back and shit. Oh, don't let him get a nigga just straight turn him off, man.
Right. They go.
Another way one white boy get down in the bottom, down there in Baton Rouge. That nigga be turned out, man. He be turned out.
Even the women. Fuck all that. Why all these so-called white women want to get lip fillers, get BBLs, because they want to have the shape and the characteristics of a so-called black and Hispanic woman. Because they not it. The so-called white woman not it. It's not it. They want to look like our women, just like their men want to be like our men. I'm going to read it. It's Sirach chapter 2.
They want that torpedo.
Hey, right, look, they don't even want their men no more because they men can't even please them. They want the,
Yes.
They want that horse,
Yes.
That,
They want that elephant trunk. That Soviet torpedo.
Real quick. That came in. Right. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 30. It says, the poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. Right? And that's the so-called white man. The only reason he held up to a high esteem today is because he ruled the world. This is the world. It is. It is. He on the money. So the only reason people care about you is because you have dominion over the earth. But this is the thing.
It's about power, man.
It says, he that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches. So if the world, if we the trendsetters now, while we in captivity, what you think, man, look, what you think we gonna be like in the kingdom? Man, you can have a Moabite in the kingdom with a fro, with, the pick with the fist. You trying to have that in the kingdom, man. I want to be like us.
Yeah, we're gonna make the Warren Buffetts, right? The elites of the world look like welfare cases.
Straight up, man.
Compared to how we're gonna look, compared to how the kingdom gonna get this. Our kingdom ain't gonna look like this, man. Cracks on the ground, smell like goddamn heart shit. Piss. Right? You all you see is nothing but goddamn crackheads and dope fiends floating every goddamn way, man. Yep. They ain't gonna be that shit.
Stand on the concrete for 2 or 3 hours, now your back hurting and shit, man.
Ain't gonna be none of that, man. We're gonna flourish in greatness, man, in riches. All right? When you come outside the kingdom, wear bat and have your feet out, you gonna get charged up by the gold in the streets, man. The water is gonna bring nourishment to your life, man.
Real grass.
Just off the buildings, how the buildings is gonna be constructed in the kingdom, it's gonna give off your illumination, rainbow and oil and illness and calmness, man.
That's right.
Not this shit. This shit is nothing but satanic emblems and symbols every goddamn word. The white man is all about symbolism, man. You know, this is a real occultic kingdom, man.
Yes.
It's got number. They call it occultic occultic. What it is? They call it in Egypt hologram, not hologram. Holographics, man. Occultic holographics everywhere. That's why everybody got demons and they be wicked, man. We been seeing niggas be okay walking right here, get by us right here, and just get a full blown demon on them, man.
Yeah. Oh, right. They had the
one on the side of us right now.
Yeah, the woman that was standing up there before we all opened up, man.
Yeah,
look
this
at
right here right
like,
now.
Lord,
Yeah.
look at this shit on that woman. You can see the demon.
Smell like a sewer.
All the fucking eyeball was just big as a head, man.
But what the main thing is, like even me and Elder Big Gab were talking about it, man. The greatest thing that this is truly associated with is the lame, the blind, the hope, and the homeless, man. Everywhere you go around Babylon, all around the world, you're gonna see the homeless around the men of the Lord. For some reason, we're not talking to them, or dealing with them, but they're always there, man.
It was around your house side too.
Yeah.
Because remember he told the man, pick up your bed and walk. Why your bed on the street? He was homeless. Come on, man. Yahweh dealt with the lowly of the earth. That's who he went to because he know they was going to believe in him, man.
Even that little boy that was running around naked, man. You know? There's a reason why, but it shows you that they had jakes in all different states, man. It was all messed up, man. So same thing with this, man. With this truth in this present time. You got all different walks of life walk by us, man. Just pan the camera out. You got all walks of life. You got motorbikes. You got people from all around the world. You got homeless. Right? You got uber super rich. And like I said, this is the last curtain call.
Yes.
To receiving this truth. Once the Lord takes us off the block, man, this is gonna be it, man. But everybody that got their chances to see and to hear the prophets of the Lord, man. And once we get taken in, all right, it's gonna be it. It's like the brother been harping on the whole time. We are that sign, we are that wonder. But what's gonna happen when the Lord take that sign and wonder away? It's gonna be the green light, man. All hell breaking loose, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very hot. What they call it, a black summer.
Black summer.
Looking for a black summer.
And summer coming too, though.
Summer coming. That's right.
Yeah. Hey, then they talking about that light salt EMP, so it might literally be a black summer. Yeah. You gotta do it.
Black out,
you niggas not ready. You niggas not ready for that, man. You got niggas out here seeing the chariots in the sky in a long line in New Orleans. Hey, that's Santa Claus. Oh, stupid nigga. The Lord should send a thunderbolt down and struck your ass, man. I'm talking about it's like 20 chariots in a line in a straight line. That nigga said, man, oh look, that's Santa Claus. That nigga's stupid, man.
How fucking stupid can you be, man?
So how much more when the Lord and the angels do come back, what are you gonna say? Man, that's E.T.
Aliens.
That's aliens.
Yeah.
Shoot that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot that. Somebody call the police.
What the fuck is that?
I can see a nigga with the glizzy or the Draco busting at the angels and shit until he get vaporized. Niggas are crazy, cause y'all learn from the so-called white man through through movies for Independence Day. Oh, I'm gonna punch the angel or the alien.
Yeah. Right.
You niggas is crazy, man.
Yeah. Like they put that shit in all that movie Independence Day when you open up that the UFO and Will Smith.
Hey, Will Smith, you've been hitting a lot of people, man. All right, you've been hitting a lot of people and a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna come a time something gonna hit you.
Yes.
Oh, he been getting hit, just not the face.
Yeah.
I been getting hit too.
Oh yeah. That whole house is
That's a show you week, but you got it.
That's it, bro. Back in the with the cop. I was in the back of y'all.
You got it.
For you, y'all. He said, this is Revelation 11 and 18. He says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged.
Yeah, who the dead? Them nations are the dead, man. Ain't got no liquor soul, ain't nothing special about it, man. Like I went into, you got a fucking Elamite, that nigga ain't got no liquor soul in it, man. You look at Ishmael be back there frying that fucking chicken, their brothers. Man, nigga ain't got a liquor, ain't put a liquor season, nothing. And this be clucking all goddamn day, man. Look at these motherfuckers that call themselves the royal family over there in London and shit. Them people ain't nothing special about them people, man. Ain't nothing special about them. A goddamn a Moabite.
Who would dried up corpses.
Yeah, an Ammonite. Ain't nothing special about them, man. Like I said, especially with the men. All right, we're gonna deal with the men. Ain't everybody, even a nigga being the Lord stand of the mall, what you gonna see? You gonna see one of these Jakes on this sign with another nation woman, man.
Yep.
And like I always say, through Solomon or through Samson, you see when Samson started dealing with them other nation women, that was just the downfall of them, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Same thing happening now. Jake dealing with Jake with the tongue.
Low to everybody, yeah.
Jake dropping lumber right there. All type of shit off, man.
Yeah, it's good.
You know? And that's just another sign that Esau, you going down, man. You don't even want your woman. That's in the scriptures. In Daniel's 11 and 37. You don't even like women, man. You don't even want your woman. You want another man. You want a little boy, man. That's why you got situations set up like Namla. You had Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey. I don't even think Jeffrey dead, man. I think you just got him out the way. Upstein.
Epstein.
Yeah, Upstein. I'm saying Downstein.
Downstein.
Yeah. This nigga set up a whole fucking island to basically plow little boys, man. And I seen a picture with them island boys. They had their ass over there, man. Getting them hips. Yeah, you getting them thrusting up the hips to your ass, man. Over there. These devils, man, these niggas be doing some shit, brother. With these little children, man. Shit real. Yeah. You got Pizzagate. That shit got bust out. All he been doing is turning this into another Rome, man. Which it is Rome.
Yeah.
It was so wild in Rome to where the men was running around holding little boys' hands, man. That wasn't his son.
Yeah. It was grooming them.
Oh, they passing laws right now to do that here in America. Go ahead.
They've been talking about putting a G in the rainbow acronym. They've been, and what's the G stands for? Grooming. A G and a P. What you think the P stands for? PEDO, man. You see? But you got it, bro.
You got that Daniel 11.
This Daniel 11 and verse 37. It says, neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women.
Yeah, this nigga don't desire women, man. He don't think about no goddamn woman. A lot of you women that are with this nigga, it's just a beard. It's a cover-up, man. All right? You just a motherfucker, just a business partner with this nigga, man. Meanwhile, all right, this devil is dealing with the dog. He dealing with the son, the nephew. This is how Esau get down, man. And the newborn.
That's right.
And he been on that type of time, man. Since the beginning. What the fuck y'all think the Romans and the Greeks was all about? All them orgies and shit. All them same sex different parties and shit they had back then. The same shit going on here. But the only thing now, they didn't cover it up with the face of you chicks, man. You niggas are you the spokesperson for that shit, man.
Right.
Go down there to Atlanta, or even down here, you go down there to Atlanta, you niggas are getting freaked out in them mansions and shit. All with the boule, different shit like that. Even down here, this is a city full of punks, man. Punk killers.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Well, them niggas are backdoor you, and them niggas are stand over you at the same
Knock
time.
your head off.
All right? Yeah, gangsta-licious, man. That's all the niggas is.
A lot of them rap niggas who you see on TV. A lot of them boys in the closet. And whack your ass, man.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Gates. I don't know if y'all seen that.
He got caught with one of them hairy legs.
Yeah, a bitch. Well, not a bitch, but a man who think he a woman, a trans gentleman. Right? He said he gave. I sent it to brother so y'all can see it if y'all ain't seen it. But he said the trans gentleman was giving an interview. He said, yeah, I linked up with Kevin Gates one night, and he was doing his thing from the back. And he said that Kevin Gates stopped because they got the scars, the stitches, from the surgery. He said Kevin Gates stopped. He said, hey, let me ask you something. I'm gonna send it to you, so you can send it to the brother. He said Kevin Gates said he stopped. He said, let me ask you something. Are you a trans gentleman? Right? And the person said, yeah. He said, Kevin Gates said, it's cool, baby, it's all good with me, and kept going. That's the type of niggas you got in this world. They act like they're hard, but they not.
Then they got him in the same motherfucker got him on the pillows, knocked out sleep in the house, man. He showed himself, he showed him. That nigga was deep off in the sleep, man. After he didn't drove down in the pound town. Oh, man. You niggas nasty, man. Both of you niggas are nasty. You niggas are confused. You niggas are definitely peanut butter chasers, man. You're not dream chasers, but you niggas are peanut butter chasers. Definitely. Even when you niggas go back of town or go your ass to Angola, man, them niggas ain't taking no butt. You niggas just giving it away. You niggas is just giving it away, man.
Boy, said it on BG said it on the song. Like, them niggas ain't getting ready to get talked about, man.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 32. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and the fields of Gomorrah.
Oh, read that again. What did it say?
For their vine is the vine of Sodom, and the fields of Gomorrah.
Yeah, so you all punked out, man. You all in that alphabet movement plus with the G and all that other shit, man. You all into it. And half you niggas out here, you into that shit, man.
Right.
You niggas, I didn't see you niggas down. You the roughest, toughest niggas down here, but here it is, a local magazine. You niggas on there with pumps, man.
Can I say something else?
Hold on, real fast. You got all the Katie Reds, the goddamn what do you call that other motherfucker? The other motherfucker, Big Frida and shit. You niggas all with them, with them people, man. Go ahead.
You see how they bold with it now? I'm gonna tell you, it's all about design. Hip hop, NBA, NFL, they're pushing that agenda, and like now it's cool to do threesomes. It's cool for a woman to be on a woman. That's the style they use. Young MIA, you know, Young Miami, Suki Hana, and what's the other one?
Sexy Red,
the one from Houston.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Y'all seen the interview with her and Miami said that they want to do something together. All right, now it's cool. So everybody's doing these things out the closet. And guess what else is cool? Young thug type niggas. You see, they coming out. It's cool to be killing a nigga and then laying up with a nigga. That's the new agenda. It's the style. It's cool. To be cool is to be a degenerate.
I seen Young Boy on the video. You know how Eve do a hand like this. The nigga was like was sitting on his ass and was doing his hand like how the woman twirl her hand around and everything like this. That's what everybody looking up to though.
Because that Hollywood life is driven by this right here.
Yeah.
By from it. Oh, there we go. There we go. No! There you go. There we go.
Hey, but look, that's America. That's America.
Hey, look,
That's America.
that's the so-called white man, and it's spelled distinct. That's more proof. Look at these people, bro. It's clear America is out the door. The so-called white man is out the door. A couple years ago, you wouldn't seen that in the white community, you know. But you got it.
Hey,
This what the end looking like.
Hey, if you look at America, if you was able to look at America through spiritual bifocals, that's America.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's the hole on the beast. That's what she look like now.
That's all.
She got hole now.
As soon as we brought this motherfucker out, switch to some other shit, man. This was Rob this place right here. This is the keys, the ignition, the engine. All right, this is what drives America right here. Baphomet. So much in Oklahoma, they got the courthouse has a Baphomet statue.
Yeah.
All right. They got some other place over in Arkansas. They got the kids have after school program for Satan. Man. All right.
Oh, in Target, so I'll just add on to what you're saying. In
man.
Target, with the new Pride Month coming, Pride Month clothing, they collaborated with Satan. They collaborated with Satan, so they got Pride Month and Satan on the same clothing to push both of those agendas.
Yeah, even I seen even in PetSmart, they got the Pride Month for the dogs, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
You
man.
got pump dogs now, man. Right? What's going on?
But you know, you want to take a look into rainbow flag history, go read Genesis 19.
You know what Craig told us. Remember what happened to the last security guards on Friday after next? Remember what happened to the last rainbow flag supporters who tried to force that agenda on everybody? Go read Genesis 19. What happened when those same supporters try to beat down Lot Doe? Said, come on now, bring them out. And Lot said, nah, they said, we're going to do to you worse than them. What happened? Fire was sent down,
They
man.
don't want his virgin daughters.
Come on, man. They virgins, huh?
They was the first booty warriors, man. That was the first Fleece Johnson back then. In ancient time, man. That's them niggas, man.
Yeah.
That's the first Fleece Johnson. Yeah. They gonna even want, man, niggas said, man, please take my daughter, man.
Yeah.
We wanna know him.
Man. But again, that's why fire gonna be sent down today, because they forcing that, man. They forced it back then and they forcing it today, so fire gotta come. You got to put your hand out.
That's a real quick one. This is the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 15. Yahweh Shai speaking, verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. All right, and we know America is spiritual Sodom, so America is ultimately going to get it worse than ancient Sodom, man, because their deeds surpass that of ancient Sodom, man. We see literally, you got this devil trying to put his agenda into the law, man. All right, into certain decrees.
Lord always
hey,
give examples,
man.
Lord always give examples, bro.
Come on, man. There you go. Let me bring this out. This is Jeremiah 5 and 26, because the brother brought out the Baphomet sign, and you mentioned Kevin Gates earlier. But the scriptures say this is Jeremiah 5 and 26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore, they are become great and waxing rich. They are waxing fat. They shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge? Because the elder mentioned earlier, you got Jakes at the forefront of this agenda, man. At the forefront of Esau's agenda, you got what? You got Jakes. It tells you in Proverbs, a wicked man winketh with his eye, he's speaking with his fingers. You got Jakes at the front of these gangs. They're at the front of the hip-hop industry, the Hollywood, so-called Hollywood, man. All right? And you got Jakes, 2/3 of our people. They're going to set up you other Jakes as Judas goes to take that charagma, man. To go down to these different agencies and get that in your right hand or your forehead, man.
Yeah, a lot of these niggas, Judas going to take it by hey,
willingly, yeah.
Even that nigga, Lil Duval said it, man. If it was easy for you niggas to take the C-19, it's going to be damn so easy. Yeah. It's going to be damn so easy for you niggas to take the mark of the beast, man.
That's right.
You niggas going to line up for days to take that shit.
Hey, I was looking at one of them so-called truthers, them doomsday preppers, and he say, man, look, once the water's taken and the food is taken, he say millions of people just going to walk to concentration camps and beg to get that sea hill, man. All right? Because they're not used to going without. Americans are spoiled. They're spoiled people, man. You look around here, these bums and these people that live on the streets, they overweight. You got overweight homeless people, man. So when these people don't get their substance, they're going to go do whatever they have to do to live.
What's going to happen, though? With these elites, all right, kill Gates, and all the rest of them motherfuckers, what they gonna plan on doing? We've been saying it before. They plan on thinning the herd, man. Yeah. You people are the herd. Yeah. And like I said, the next new thing they coming with, all right, it's gonna make the C-19 look like a dead Chuck E. Cheese, man.
They openly said it. Yeah. I ain't gonna say who said it, but they, you know
what
they
he
is.
said it.
Yeah.
They gonna make that shit. They gonna turn these local cities into ghost towns, man. That's why you gonna search for another man, you're not gonna be able to find him, man. Because all the people that's gonna die off, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be a real I Am Legend in these last days, man. Contagions is another one, yeah. You thinking shit?
Songbird.
You thinking shit is gonna be
yes.
So peaches and cream.
Bird box.
I'm gonna stay inside all day, man. Now they're gonna clear these fucking cities out, man.
And that's what select.
Yeah, motherfuckers foaming from the mouth.
I got it.
Veins all in your face, your eyes rolled back in your head. You gonna get that type of work, man. You gonna get that type of work, man. This shit finna get ill out here, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, huh?
Oh, in other words, we was talking about earlier. Reality about to kick in, huh?
Yes.
That's what's about to happen. Reality. You got it, bro.
Right. In secondary chapter 16, right, what it says, secondary 16, in verse 22, it says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung."
It's like, you can read that again, bro?
Yeah. Secondary 16 to 22.
Because what that sound like, it's no way to escape. That's what it said, Amos. You run from a lion, a bear, spiritually speaking, you know. You run from one situation, or you go into another situation that might be worse. And then you might escape, think you're in the house, you good, and that's when you go get caught up in your security, y'all.
Yeah, that's right, bro. Yeah.
It's
Rock the 5th chapter. Hey, backing up what Yakinan was just bringing out, and Yaquab, this is from naturalnews.com. It says George Bush era documents reveal government's plans for apocalyptic events that include a kill switch and detentions. A kill switch is coming for what? For the internet. All right? It won't, like the brother was saying, there won't be no more of Jake out here proclaiming the gospel anymore. It's going to be shut off. And these detention centers are for the herd, to thin the herd. And when you go into those detention centers, you will not come out.
Yeah.
Those are death camps. All right?
Once you get on the FEMA train, you can kiss your ass goodbye, man. You can kiss your ass goodbye once you get on there. You get shackled up on them trains, standing or sitting your black ass down, or whatever ass you got on them, all right? That's gonna be it for you. They're gonna gas shame your ass. They're gonna bring you to a mass grave. It's like and bulldoze you niggas, man. They're gonna bulldoze you, man. It's like this situation. They don't give a fuck if you graduated. You got all these alphabets in front of your name. You just another goddamn useless eater, man.
That's right. Goyim.
You just another Goyim. Right, and they're gonna trample and run over out here, man.
And that's what the scriptures, you can finish that out. That's what the scripture said in 2nd Ezra 16. When them Jews come in, they that can send unto them, you go unto them for help, it says shall be trodden underfoot and had in derision. You gonna get caught up looking for help from FEMA and Red Cross, man.
You see, it's 5:43. Bitch, you done graduated 10 o'clock this morning. You still walk around this motherfucker with a
badge of honor.
Makeup drooping down.
But guess what? Bitch gonna still be unemployed for years. Yeah. Motherfuckers ain't finding no job.
Ain't even gonna get a job in the field she graduated in.
Stupid ass
You
shit.
say it's a badge
She
of
gonna
honor.
be at Krispy Kreme, man.
It's a badge what?
It's a badge of honor. Look, master, I got your certificate, master.
Yes.
Look what it is.
It's Masonic, man.
Yeah.
We know that the real badge is coming. That Karaka.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the real badge to show your servitude. That's what it is. Yeah, right.
That's what they got them all locked into. To keep all those certificates and degrees. We're gonna get down with the program, man.
Right.
FedNow is gonna control everything. That Crockman definitely gonna control everything, man. You're gonna get locked into the system, plugged in, man.
We can't wait to see. Yes, like
What you going to with the cap that they put on the gas?
That motherfucking
fair
cap that you
deal?
put on your head, that square cap, it's called a motherboard, man. And that motherboard, when you take the tassel from right side, bring it to the left, that means you'll give a person a square deal. A fair shot, man. That's why when you go into those buildings, try to get hired on, but they say, what are your hobbies? Meaning, what fraternities you down with?
That's right.
Right? And all of y'all really are brother sisterhood. That's why what happens on the job when a motherfucker don't have a degree? All the people with degrees look down on your ass, man. You know? Which is all Masonic. That nigga that's at the ceremony, he got that fucking thing that go way down. What it's called? It's like a scarf that go around his neck when you go down. That's Masonic, man. He got the cap that it look like a cap that
You wear you painting.
yeah, that's all Masonic. It's all Masonic. Degree. You get a goddamn degree, man.
Even the little skirts they be having with the, you got some Israelite camps be wearing that shit.
Yeah, I see like that.
Sakara be having that shit on, man.
Them niggas got approach, man.
Yeah.
About Rosicrucians and judges and shit, man.
that briefcase.
Yeah, a lot of you niggas got the briefcase, man. That's why we speak on it. We speak on this shit, man. We the only camp that's giving you the straight and skinny.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're right. IUIC with a little thing with the just like the Masons. Yeah, right.
They ain't nothing but a fraternity. They ain't nothing but a Masonic fraternity Baptist church, man. Israelite church. That's all it is, man. Yeah. You got what you got? You got the Q-Dog colors.
Yeah.
You got the marching like the army. You got the taking you down like the fucking police, man. You got a whole bunch of shit going on.
I thought I heard Miranda. Right there. You got to break the remain silent. Anything you said, you know. You got to know.
And all them dudes look like they played linebacker, man. Yeah, I got you. In 2 Area chapter 16 and verse 22.
And like Gerald Salente said, when people have nothing else to lose,
they lose it.
They lose it. What's that it? They mind, man. You got it, bro.
Yeah. 2 Area 16 and verse 22. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine.
So a lot of people gonna die when food be scarce. Because a famine ain't just no food, it's a lack of food. And it's the thing. It's gonna have food, but who gonna be just like Joseph in Egypt. In order for you to eat during a famine, you had to go to the government. And it's I think it's Genesis 42, but it's the beauty of it. They was willing to give up certain things in their life just to get government assistance. That was ancient government assistance, you know? So they went to Joseph and they said, look, we ain't got no food, we'll give you our cattle. So they gave, now, in the ancient world, cattle was, let's read it. Let's read it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, verse 15. And when money fell in the land of Egypt.
Money fell? What's about to happen with the money now in Egypt? It's about to fail. It's about to go digital.
Right.
So let's get a good outlook on the example that happened before when money fell to Egypt. You got it, brother.
And when money fell in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money failing.
Now, mind you, Joseph was second in command. So, in our terms, he was vice president. So, they went to Joseph. In other words, they went to the government. There was calls, like Revelation 13. There was calls, and they said, look, give us some food, begging. You got it, right?
And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fails.
So, give me your cattle. Now, again, cattle in the ancient world could be financial means and also food. So, they had to give up necessities, man. Things that could have made them money just to what? Just to get that government assistance. You got it, Doc.
And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses and for the flocks and for the cattle of the herds and for the asses. And he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year.
Now check this out. Even with us, it's going to be a progress. It ain't just going as soon as July hit fair now and the chip going to come. No, it's going to be phases. It's going to be phases. You're going to have to give up certain things. So it started with them giving up cattle. But what's the next phase? You got it, Doc.
So it says Genesis 47 and 18.
Gradualism.
Gradualism.
It all starts. It all starts somewhere to get to a certain point. Esau wants you to start struggling to get to that point where you come begging him for that karagma. It's gonna be the only way to survive out here for you people, for you 2/3.
Hey, and using that analogy, when you got that frog in that pot of water, right? He don't realize that that water is gradually going up. Next thing you know, it's boiling, man. Mm-hmm. That's what's gonna happen to this place, man. It's gonna be boiling, all right, on fire. So it says
in America, known as a melting,
great melting pot,
which means all nations and cultures here, but still, it's still a pot though. Yep. And in that pot, where they got them frogs, with the people is the frogs, he gonna bring it on you slow to once you realize what's going on, it's too late. It's gonna be too fucking late. You got it, right?
It says Genesis 47 and 18.
So that was the first step though. They gave up their cattle. Let's see what's next.
When that year was ended, they came onto him the second year.
So Salakia, so what's some of the first things that people gonna have to give up today? Government assistance, WIC, 401ks, food stamps, EBTs. That's the first thing. Because again, when you read into the Fed now, they said it's gonna start with the government. Yeah. Because when you go make transactions, so you gotta pay off a ticket, you gotta use a card. You can't just go give cash. They ain't doing that no more. You gotta pay. Cash. They ain't accepting cash.
Hey, watch the movie Implanted. When the Jake lady was in the store, I don't know was it Ishmaelite or Arab, whatever. He was like, "Look, we're no longer accepting cash." She was like, "Well, damn, it just when did it happen?" See, it just started, so it's gonna happen suddenly like that, man.
That's right. What? Let me bring this out for you.
That's, what's his name? The white boy with the blue glasses. Stephen Hawking. That's Stephen Hawking. trying to disguise themselves. But again, we about to be reading about gradualism.
I got a little info for you, all right? This is an article from newsbreak.com. It says $1 billion bank demands customers prove withdrawals are valid. It says NatWest Bank says if the answer is not satisfactory, it will force customers to provide documentation proving there's a legitimate reason for taking their money out. So literally, if you got money in this bank, you got to provide a reason to whether or not you can take your funds out. And it's got to be satisfactory, meaning it's got to be unto their liking. It's got to be up to their standard. You got to
add on what you said. One day, my mama had to get a large sum of money out the bank, and then the people told her she had to come in the bank to tell them why she wanted to take money out of the bank, and she got mad. But that's the procedure. That's protocol. That's she was like, man, look, I don't got to tell you, give me my fucking money, but that's protocol in most banks. If you come let's say you got $1 million in the bank, you gonna be like, I'm gonna come to get 500,000. Yeah. They about to make you go through a process to get that.
Get out. They want to know why you get it.
They ask tough. Is somebody making you get the money out, bro?
Oh,
yes.
Ooh. Hey, yes. The grip gets tighter, man. Hey, it's gonna get nasty. Hey, like the brother said, they're now gonna start implementing. If you want to get cash out of the bank, they're gonna start asking you, like you said, why do you need this out of here? You got to go through a process to get it out of there.
If I could add, you can't really paying your bills, you can't walk to a counter and give them money really no more. Like it got to be on some type of card or form or check. Like it's no more just doing. It got to be on file some kind of way.
Money orders ain't even.
Money orders ain't even a thing no more. They don't really take that.
It's over with.
But again, to show you, it's gonna be limits because what's gonna be linked with the CBDC and that CEO, so your social credit score. Now, I don't know if brothers ever seen it, but it's a TV show on Netflix called Black Mirror. Black Mirror. Now, it's an episode on there when they had social credit scores, and you know that's moving in those subliminals to tell you what's gonna happen, but they make it seem as entertainment. Now, on there, you had to live by the rules of the land. You had to do everything they said, which in this NWO, it's gonna be strict rules. So the point is, once you go off, it's gonna be shown to look, he can't buy and sell. He can't do that, right? He ain't following the laws of the land. So it's gonna be social credit scores linked with this CBDC, that digital currency. So even if, in order for you to buy and sell, you gotta get that digital green and rights in you, but still when you get it in you, it's still certain rules and regulations you gotta live by. You ain't just able to spend on your own. Yes. Oh, what's another thing? The carbon footprint. Yes. You can't just buy steak and meat when you want to buy it. You got one steak a week, one burger a week. Then after that, you got to live how they want you to live, man.
Let me get that out. It's all. Go ahead, go with it. I want to talk about it. Time right when you said.
Let's go back to that. All right. So let's read about what happened in the ancient Egypt, because nothing is new under the sun. And this was gradualism back then. Now the last step of this, for them getting food, they gonna give up themselves. What's the modern day giving up yourself? Putting your palm on that table and getting that injection, man. You got it out. This is Genesis 40. Genesis steak, that pound.
That's right, bro.
Palisade. When that year was ended, Genesis 47 and 18. When that year was ended, so look, it went on for a year, all right? That's right. So gradualism. You got it, brother. When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. Look, we desperate. And people in this world, when times get hard, they're going to be desperate. You know, now they say, I got rights, the Constitution. Esau don't care about no Constitution. Nobody got rights. When times get hard, you don't have rights. You don't have rights now. You think you do. But when reality kick in, you're going to realize you have no rights as an American. White, black, whatever nation you is. You see, you got it, bro. That's right. It says, we will not hide it from my Lord how that our money is spent. My Lord also had our herds of the cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our land. Uh-oh. You got it. All right, let's read on. Verse 19. And if anybody want to chime in, let's get it.
I got a precept. I want him to finish. That's a good one, all right?
It says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes? And when you read this, think about it. They being caused. Now, you ain't just got to have a machete to your neck. Esau going to cause these people by taking away the necessities of man.
Water, electricity, and bread. That's all it takes.
Housing.
This new thing that's coming, the new C-19 is coming. They coming after your kids, man.
I got it.
And they got the basically your kids are what? Your lifeline.
Yes.
Once they take them away from you, they got total control. Total control. They get you to do whatever they want.
Y'all do y'all thing, man.
Yes. Hey, it's it right here. Back in what Yakana just said, bro. This is all from universal basic income. It says a new world economy includes a universal basic income and vaccination requirements. It says the new world economy includes the introduction of a digital currency, a universal basic income, vaccine requirements for travel. Say some more?
They said an introduction. So how is he going to be introduced? He's not going to say, well, you know what? I think you should just take it. He's going to cause it, like it says in Revelation 13. All right?
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Oh, and you know Esau the devil because he ain't only gonna cause you by taking away. He gonna make it seem good though.
That's right.
Oh, I can walk again. I was blind,
Miracle.
and if I get this shit put in my brain, I can see again.
Yep.
Right? I was paralyzed, and I can move around. So that's gonna be the first case.
Yes.
He gonna try to get you with the flares and the oohs and the ahs.
That's right.
But then it's gonna get real. You got it, man.
God, bro. It's not Elon Musk. Got that the FDA approval for to start doing human trials. Yeah. It says, and the World Debt Reset Program.
Bro, if you've been following that, Salaki, bro, if you've been following that since December, Elon Musk, he had a 6-month trial. He was trying it out. So you got January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 6 months. All of a sudden, right before June, FDA approved it.
Yeah.
After the 6-month trial, come on, man, we see you.
Yes.
We see you. You got it, Doc.
How the things that we saw searched
We
out.
see you, man.
That's right, bro.
It says a continuous cycle of lockdowns that's coming too. Will eventually lead to an international economic collapse. It says governments worldwide will offer citizens an alluring way out by promising to eliminate all personal debts, which include mortgages, loans, and credit cards, etc. You go right there. All right.
Oh,
yeah.
What happened when the lockdowns? They had the stimulus checks. This time you ain't gonna get this shit in the mail or upload it to your phone. If you want to get this new stimulus or whatever, new event happened. If it got a new lockdown, what's the new stimulus? Where's it gonna be at? On that Fed now, digital. So in order for you to get that money, when you at your hardest time, you gotta get down with the system.
Yeah, they showed that on the purge.
Yeah.
When the later actually they put that thing and say, well, how will you know if I'm not going to pay to pay it? Say, we're just going to put this in there for the tracking.
Yep.
It's just that simple. Yep. All right, this is the last little bit of it. It says, in order to get all debts forgiven, citizens will have to forfeit ownership of any and all private property.
Wow. That's what we reading. That's
it. Fire one out.
When this article was written?
It was this was full of shit. Look,
come on, man. That's modern times. They said this and it's been written. Come on, man. You got it, bro.
Yep. It says in order to get all debts forgiven, citizens will have to forfeit ownership of any and all private property except a universal basic income and enroll in the C19 and C21 vaccination schedules. So like Yakanan was bringing out, it's going to be another pestilence. I'm gonna use that word. There's been another pestilence to come out here, and they already labeling what it's going to be. They already say it's going to be something way worse than what you've already have accumulated already. It's going to be deadlier. All right? People about to start dropping dead, man. All right? Go ahead.
That vaccine about to kick in.
Yep.
It's finally about to kick in.
That already did.
They just said, that's another word. They just said people are catching heart attacks and aneurysms. It's another. I'm trying to find a way to say this word, but all that shit that went up 80%, man. 80%. Yeah. And the big C word that everybody getting all of a sudden CAN. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. The can, Mr. Sir. Yep. Right? Yep. They went up 80% since the jab.
And AIDS.
That too.
Yep.
That too. Whether you was out here slinging that ice cream, or you took that jab. That HI to the V, it went up like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
All right? A lot of you people, you just a walking abomination, man. You through. You're through, man. All right. All because you're wiggling your ignorant, man. You don't want to lock into the laws and commandments of the Most High. You don't want to listen to the prophets. You want to do what you want to do. All right. Go ahead, huh?
This is 2 Thessalonians 2:8 in the NLT. It says,
I read earlier. Why they have NLT? You got it.
It says, then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, but the Lord Yahushua will kill him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. Just back in the brother when you brought it out earlier, when you first brought it out, you said this gospel has been preached to the ends of the world. So ultimately it starts with what? That spirit of prophecy, the men of the Lord prophesying the downfall of this place. Then it's going to happen. Yahushua is actually going to turn up, man, on our behalf. So it says, and it starts with a part of it is Esau being revealed, man, for the planet Earth to see. Just back in the elders' point up, you have all these underlying illnesses, all right, and you got people dropping dead. Esau, he tries to cover it up. He says, what? It's sad. Sudden adult syndrome. You know what I mean? It's nothing to worry about, all right? So it says, this man, 2 Thessalonians 2:9 in the NLT, this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. And we start, you got it now.
Where you find that at? 2 Thessalonians, man.
That's right.
Right, tell you that he come with all signs and wonders of Satan, man. Get it real fast.
You all right? You right?
Okay.
I got that word. It's that word working. Energe, it says working efficiency in the New Testament used only of superhuman power, whether of God or of the devil.
Yeah. So he get his power and energy from who? Satan, man. Right? That's why we call him the fucking devil, man. The so-called white man is the physical counterpart of the demon Satan, man. Satan on this nigga over here. Yeah. Nigga up here dancing. He's got demons on him, man.
Satan. That's the word of Satan right there.
No?
Oh, man. It says, 2 Thessalonians 2:10 is the last one. In the NLT, it says, he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction.
What's one evil deception? The TV, which is a medium,
Yep.
right? Which they got programmed on that medium to get you programmed to live, breathe, sleep, think how they want you to think, man. All right? They get you to thrive on sex. What's been the biggest thing now? They've been putting them switch hitters on the TV, man.
Yeah.
Commercials,
Sitcoms,
sitcoms, TV shows, game shows.
Yeah.
They own that, man. Shit, that the whole storyline that has nothing to do with a goddamn Lebanese motherfucker or peanut butter chaser, man. But meanwhile, they own that. They kissing. They get so bad, they showing them popping on that bitch, man.
Wow, man.
That's how bad it got, man. Like that shit. You see two niggas together, man. You see two niggas together.
You know what it is.
Walking too goddamn close. Yeah. And they got them hoochie daddy shorts on.
Yeah.
Them niggas gay, man.
They popping. Yeah.
Yeah. They popping each other, man. Especially you hood niggas out here. We always said you niggas out here be nothing but with each other, man. Holding hands, the new thing now. This my dog, this my nigga, you hear me? Kissing him on the jaw, kiss him, he kiss you back.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas y'all smoking that Zaza, that Percocet, that Fetty Wap. Next thing you know, y'all in the trap house fucking, man. That's you niggas. You so locked in with each other. You my dog. I can't tell nobody what we did. So you got secrets and I got secrets now. You know? You niggas is a trip, man. You niggas a trip, man. Pan the camera around. Pan the camera around, brother. Please. Slowly, brother. Slowly. That's what's going on, though, man. The Lord always Them niggas fucking, bro.
Because he guilty, huh?
He guilty. He tried to hide his face.
He know it's
Lord,
DD,
y'all
huh?
come through.
Every time.
Them niggas fucking, man.
Every fucking time.
Yeah, I seen this thing on Instagram, you know, the VR headsets. Now, I don't know if it was like a, you know, a parody or what, but just to show you that's the mindset of certain people. Now, this dude walked in the house, and his roommate was on a VR headset on the sofa, acting like he was smashing somebody from the back. And so he went to the next room to try to tell his other roommate, he like, hey, come look at so-and-so. And when he went in that room, the other dude had the VR headset on all fours. So in other words, they both was in that metaverse. Yeah. One roommate was smashing, another was bent over in the other room. And like, come on, bro.
It's still the same thing. Whether you metaverse smashing or
actually on the video game,
you niggas pump.
Video game and do it. Huh?
You video game, it's the same shit, man.
Same shit.
But giving them real bites, they were just holding hands and they seeing us and stuff. You seen that shit? Come on, bro.
You just never know now.
You never know.
You gotta consider is they homeboys or is they boys?
Them niggas stuck in the 40s, man.
Bobby Womack got shoulder pads.
Bobby Womack and Sam Cooke right there.
Jake showed that last night.
His brothers ain't got nothing. Let's get back to that Genesis, though.
God, I got that on. I still had that.
Okay, let's get back to that Genesis and show what's gonna happen when money fails. These people gonna give themselves up.
They gonna lose it, man.
They gonna lose it, man. 2 Ezra 5 say that. Once truth be taken away, it says that unrighteousness and incontinency shall be multiplied in the earth.
What's friends gonna turn into enemies?
Yes, sir. What incontinency mean? A lack of self-control, especially sexual morality. That's why a lot of women gonna be ravished. Cause look, bro, you gotta think about what Jacob trouble gonna be. A lack of water, you need water. A lack of food, you need food. And not just that, a lack of sleep. Oh, come on, man.
Oh, man.
Get it. Hey, you gotta forget. In a couple of days is their month, huh? It's their month. Yeah. So I wish I want to come back soon, but in the month of June, I'm gonna have to sit this one out down here. You know? You see? But come on, man.
It's June.
It's June. It's June. But look, what we seeing, we know the Lord gonna be justified in the judgment he gonna bring, man. The Lord is fully justified in what he about to do. But let's finish that real quick. One more time, I pat it one more time, man. One more time, I. See? Hey, you know what's crazy? Take that shirt off with a black tee on. You think that's one of the hardest niggas?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
In the city.
Come on. That's why the scripture said when things get hard, men gonna be as women. Men gonna be as women. Yeah. Men gonna be crying, looking for answers just like their woman. Their woman gonna come to him, you know, baby, what's going on? He gonna be a bitch in that day, man. Because he ain't gonna know what to do. Come on, man. Time's really about to get hard. These little NBA young boy niggas who, you know, think their hearts ain't shit about to get real, man.
Oh, you bush, like, get the niggas. Get that dumbass sideshow ball bush on your fucking head, man.
They bad. They moles too.
Smiling every goddamn thing funny. You little niggas faggots too, man.
Yeah,
I know what they are.
You basketball players. All of those genres and things for people in, they're on up. They look soft. Yep. They look moist. Yeah. And they ball players, man. Their spirit is everywhere, man.
You little niggas ain't nothing. You a bunch of little wops, man. You don't know what you want, man.
Yeah, I see.
You don't know what you are.
I wish I wouldn't have seen.
No direction, no vision in life, man. Right, and that's why Esau having his way with you, man. You niggas are confused.
Yeah.
Bulk of you women, you didn't man, just go on some of these sites, man. Go on some of these dating sites. They on that bitch tell you they buy it. They didn't experience both sides. Both sides
They got the rainbow rainbow emoji on there.
Yeah.
Or you get on the Tinder or something, you pick what you want to see. You see women only. You see niggas on. You know?
Niggas switched over.
What you doing?
You on the wrong side, dude.
Right. He gonna tell his homeboy might see him. Oh man, that was an accident. That was an accident. Come on, nigga. Let's get that though. Let's get that.
Hey, man,
What's going on, man?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, verse 18 again.
So the first thing they gave up is their resources, their cattle, which could be used for food or money. You gotta do it.
It says, when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent, My Lord also hath our herds of cattle. There is not aught I left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our land.
That's the only thing left. You got it right.
Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes?
Hey, they being caused, Doc.
That's right.
They being caused. You got it, bro.
Yeah. Both we and our land.
Your body and your land is everything.
That's your substance.
What you got after that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It says, buy us and our land for our bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh.
They begging, bro. They begging for it.
Give me a way out. Yes.
Help.
Yes. And that was in that time, huh? How much more of the draft was
Ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen in modern Egypt?
That's right.
Can I please bring out this quick
You got
precept?
it, huh?
This Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning,
Right.
that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. The Lord is giving you the things that happen in the ancient world. When the Lord do something, it's just a rewind.
Yep.
Israel go off, he bring up a nation, put you in subjection, all right, and put us in dire straits.
That's right.
All right, so here in modern day Egypt, the same thing that happened in ancient Egypt is going to happen again, but this time it's just going to be more technological,
Yes.
digital.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And you're going to be in more of a dire strait than ancient Egypt, man.
Guess what? What the brother said is, these devils are much more dangerous than before. They
Yeah.
got much more technology and weaponry than
That's right.
ancient times, man. You know? This nigga got drones that'll shoot you. He got robots that'll jig you up, man.
The old serpent.
Yeah. Hey, we looked at the article last night. What it was about the Esau got the gun. They call it heart attacks. It didn't even got to touch you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cause blood clots and heart attacks. A fucking gun. All right.
You know, Esau he know what happened in the past, so he gonna use these same tactics as what happened back then and make it worse, man. You got it, bro.
All right. This is Genesis 47 and 20. And Joseph, Salakia, it says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate.
Help us with that government assistance. You got it.
It says, and Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh. For the Egyptians sold every man his fields, because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh.
What's one of the sayings of the world, you know,
That's
economic F?
That's a sit down.
You know,
yeah,
what's one of the sayings of the world economic forum? You will own nothing
But
and
be
be happy. That's what happened. They was owning nothing and they was satisfied. Come on, man. Come on, man. You got it.
Hey, when I read the article in the UBI, in the Universal Basic Income, it said governments will provide citizens an alluring way out by promising. Key word is promising. What does it say? What it is? Second, Sirach, the 12th chapter. Though he go crouching, take good heed and beware of him, man. So Esau's gonna promise you and be lying to you. Ultimately, setting you up for to get that device inside of your head.
What way out of?
An alluring.
This that word alluring. It says,
just keep a lookout. Say, I had a yellow shirt on, tall and skinny.
that's the word out.
Alluring way out.
An alluring way out. This that word alluring. It says, powerfully and mysteriously attractive or fascinating, seductive.
Seduce you.
Yeah, man.
Esau's the great seducer. All right. Get the other side over there. Yeah. So Esau's ultimately going to seduce you. It's all the trick bag. All right. Real quick, let me get this real quick, to back it up. I gotta get everything in the scripture. Scripture say prove all things. This Sirach 12 in verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And this is his perfect opportunity right now. They say never let a good crisis go to waste. This is his perfect opportunity. Do the C19 to implement his New World Order agenda, man, which involves a one world currency and a one world government. Okay? With the end game being the corrupt. All right? That's all I had on. I want to go back to 16.
Yeah, we can finish this real because we got like 2 verses we can get to. All right. Let's finish it.
It says,
So what's the gradualism? They gave up their cattle and they gave up their land. Let's see what's the last step. You got it, bro.
all right, this is Genesis 47 and 20 again. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, and the Egyptians sold every man his field because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's. And as for the people, he removed them to cities from one end of the borders of Egypt, even to the other end thereof.
So they became slaves.
We got a question. We got a question. What's up, bro? We fought with him before.
No. I'm not debating this time.
What's your question?
I'm not debating.
What's your question?
So, like, what day are keep the Sabbath?
Let's get some stuff. So why you got the one with David and Solomon and Samuel? It's about a new moon. What's the moon? That's where you get a month from. So when a new moon come in, which is you don't see nothing in the heavens, it ain't like IUIC, they said the full moon. No, the moon is when it's nothing in the heavens. That's the beginning of a new month. That's how we know when it's the new Sabbath coming in, right? But let's get the scriptures. Let's get that in Sirach.
I got it.
Okay, you got that first, and let's
What
go.
about every week though?
This is Genesis.
So when the new moon come in, that's the new Sabbath for the month, and you keep it that month. So say like this month, the new moon came in Thursday to Friday, sundown. We go keep it to the month, and you gotta watch the moon cycles. That's all it is. We ain't have calendars back then. What calendar Moses had in the wilderness? I'm asking you a question. What calendar? So how was they able to keep the new moon? Or the Sabbath?
I mean,
Answer the question. If Moses never have a calendar or nothing, how were they able to keep the Sabbath in the wilderness? What happens? What in the heavens? They got a lot of stuff in the heavens.
Like, what I'm thinking about, so in Leviticus, he told us that the Sabbath is from sundown to the next day.
Right, that's what we keep it, sundown to sundown. But we dictate off the new moon. That's how we know when it's coming in.
Sundown is the beginning of a new day.
We got the same thing. Do you know when the day begins?
No, when the sun goes down,
That's when the day begins.
and the day ends.
I got you. Let's go ahead.
Hear this out. This is Genesis 1 and 14, and the Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." And that's ultimately, I'm gonna read a little bit more. It says, "And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And the Elohim made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, which is the sun. All right, so this was all set up from the beginning, the sun and the moon. But the sun and the moon was to declare the times that we're in. You even got it tells you in Leviticus, we got the new moon, the feast of the new moon, the blowing of the trumpets, man. All right, so it says, and the Elohim made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, which is the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and that lesser night is the moon. And you have different phases of the moon. All right, you had a new moon, you got a full moon. All right, and that new moon is going into what? When you go into that word moon, I'm gonna get it real quick for you. It's that word moon from the online etymology. All right.
I don't think you need to do that. I know
Just hear me out.
We're not just dealing with you, we're dealing with live camera too.
Is it on that?
It's 1 Chronicles chapter 12, verse 32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. And how they knew that? Based off the moon, based off the stars, the alignment of the stars. Right? That's how they know if war was coming, Passover. That's how they knew the Shabbat or the Sabbath. The Sabbath ain't just on Friday and Saturday, as a lot of people say, but it's based off the moon. Right. Like this month, it may be like today, Thursday and Friday. Next month, it's going to be Friday and Saturday. The next month after that, it's going to be Saturday and Sunday. Sunday to Monday. And it jumps around various different days, man. It's a reason why, brother. It's a reason why you look up in the moon. You look up the moon at night, sometimes it's full, sometimes it's a crescent, sometimes it's halfway. It's a reason. You know, it's a reason why it's like that. You see that on the screen? You ever seen them? You look up at the stars, it's half. Yeah. It's a reason. That's how you can tell when a new moon comes.
For example, we're gonna get that Sirach 43, but for example,
okay, go ahead. We dealing with this.
But look, so as the God, that's what going to Sirach. So as the elder was saying, the phases of the moon. When you don't see nothing in the sky, that's the new month. It's a new moon. It's being refreshed. Kainos. That's the new moon. Now, after the new moon, when you don't see nothing, that's when a new month begins. Now, when you see a slither and it keep getting bigger, right, and then it become a full moon, that's the middle of the month when it's full. And then when it starts dwindling down again, that's going towards the end of the month. And then once there's nothing else in the sky, the new moon, that's the new month. You see, so when you see a full moon, you're in the middle of the month. You're in the middle. And once it go back down, it's about to begin the second month, the new month.
Let me say this. I'm trying to wait for him to get out the phone. I want him to hear this. That's it. All right, I'm going to wait for him. You want to get the scripture?
Let me bring this out real quick. This that word moon from the online etymology. It says moon, heavenly body which revolves about the earth monthly. It says month, moon. It says.
Read it again.
All right, this that word moon. This that word moon from the online etymology. It says moon, heavenly body or celestial body, which revolves about the earth monthly.
Read that again.
It says moon, heavenly or celestial body, which revolves about the earth monthly. It says moon month, meaning to measure in reference to the moon's phases as an ancient and universal measure of time.
Now, as we were saying when you was on the phone, now when you don't see nothing in the sky, that's the concerning the moon, not just nothing. The moon, that's the new month. Now once you see a slither, the month, beginning of the month. Now when you see a full moon, you in the middle of the month. You feel what I'm saying? You in the middle of the month. Now once that full moon starts going back down, waxing, the end of that month ended. And when you don't see nothing else, guess what? That's the new month. Now let's get the scripture to prove it.
Just to give you some insight. Said that the full moon on the moon out, the full moon will come in on day 15 on the moon out. I don't know if it's going in the calendar that you have in your kitchen or in your bedroom. On the moon out, day 15 always brings in the full moon. The new moon is when you cannot see it, which means new month. That'll be the 29th day of that month. Every 29.5 days, 12 hours, 44 minutes, the new moon comes in. On that day, according to the Bible, that's how you put the people.
Hey, you deal with a woman? You deal with a woman? All right. When women get on their so-called period, right? What do they say they're on? Their cycle, right? And it comes in once every month. That's according to the moon as well. Their cycle. You got
the whole saying where they say, I'm on my moon.
Yeah, I'm on my moon.
Because it was based on her refreshing of her body was based off the new moon. It's always been like that,
And when we say new moon, that coincides with the Sabbath. You feel what I'm saying? So, for example, say if the new moon came in today, the Sabbath for the month, it begins, so what today is Saturday, right? Just use an example because we know the Sabbath now is Thursday to Friday. But let's just use it as an example. So say if the new moon came in tonight. So from Saturday to Sunday will be the new Sabbath. And we're going to keep that Sabbath for this whole month. And then you're going to see the moon get big and get small. Let's read this first. Let's read this first.
Just say, this not it this month. Thursday to Friday.
Yeah, this one keep
Thursday to Friday. doesn't matter. If it says right here, the new moon come in. It would be Thursday, Friday. It'll be sometime, depending on the month, how many days of the month, sometimes it'll be a double. So it'll be Thursday, Friday, sundown to Friday, Saturday, sundown. You gotta keep the new moon like that sometimes. Right? And some days it may be on Monday to Tuesday.
I'm like a visual learner, so when you use the calendar.
Every 7 days, you know?
And some would say, like once the brother started getting it. But look, you know how they say, some Israelites, you see that? Some Israelites say Friday to Saturday again. When Moses then was in the wilderness, when these things instituted, where Friday, Saturday was. You know what? It was all by the moon. It was all by the law's creation, but Baba Kashan. Let's
Like I said, Friday and Saturday. Friday goes back to freedom. Saturday goes back to Saturday. All that is a number of Greek gods and entities, man. It has nothing to do with the Bible. I said, they weren't going off there, man.
Think to the heavens to tell the time. But I read it just the first chapter. See, he made the moon for the. I'm gonna read it. Hold on. Let me read this.
And look, when you reading this, don't listen to respond. Listen to understand, bro.
I'm listening. I'm just having questions to like try and see if I understand what you're saying.
I feel you, but let's read this.
Not to like.
We're gonna read this, and then after this, we're gonna continue to prophesy. You know, so let's get that out.
I want to bring out one precept out of this.
All right, this is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 6. It says, he being the Most High, he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times. That's how you be able to dictate when the Passover coming in, okay? When the Shabbat is coming in, the next day is coming in, like we said, the actual new day starts at sundown. The moon comes in when? And ends at what? At sundown. Not when you wake up and the sun is already out. No, half of the day is gone already. All right? You understand what I'm saying? I see you looking around, but you're not,
Yeah, I understand.
Got some more. Go just listen.
It says, he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. I was showing you how you be a full moon. There you go.
Waxing moon. You know, all those moons.
And when you see a full moon, you're in the middle of the month.
I just wanted to tell y'all, like, to give context to why I'm asking this. I'm sure y'all already know many people say different things about the Sabbath. Some people don't even keep it because they say the Lord is the Sabbath. So like, I know y'all are like deep into the law and stuff. So I'm like, maybe I should ask y'all. Like, you know,
Really, when that verse is saying the Lord is, you know, they ain't even with that talking like that. You know?
I can put this right here to drown out the back sound.
So you can see it.
You can still hear him. You probably can get a little closer with your hand.
Got a Sabbath. The Lord said he made Sabbath for man, not himself. So first and foremost, he did. The Lord don't need rest. But the Sabbath was for man. Because on the seventh day, he said what? That you rest from thy labors.
I got it right here. This is Exodus 31 and 15. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Shabbat of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Shabbat day, he shall surely be put to death.
And to prove that the Sabbath was for man, the angels, when he created it, he let the angels rest. The Lord wasn't working the earth, man. So the Sabbath of Shabbat means, which means rest. The Lord don't need the rest, man. The Lord himself. Go ahead. So the Lord don't need the rest himself, all right? Because he's ancient of days. He's out of time. He has no beginning and end. He don't get tired. All right, so when he did it, that allowed what? The angels to rest in the creation. Go ahead, got it.
Verse 16, wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Shabbat to observe the Shabbat through their generations for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign.
Can't get around that one.
Can't get around. It's in the law. That's a get around.
It says, it is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord Yahweh made heaven and earth, And on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed.
The angels were. It was working. So the Sabbath was for man.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I understand.
You have to do it.
Read that so I can put this up here.
Let me get out of that.
It says Sirach 43.
This is why I'm putting this up here so y'all can see. I'll put it back some.
Yep.
Better. Read it out.
Sirach 43 and 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
This is the light that decreases in her perfection.
That's right.
From dark all the way back to dark, man. And it got different phases. That's what it's talking about, all right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Right.
So how you know when you're in the middle of the month again? What state is the moon gonna be? Moon, come on,
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
let's finish
You got it, brother.
What you believe?
I see. That's what I'm gonna answer, man.
You believe what we're saying? Like,
You get it, or you still disagree, even though you understand what we're saying.
No, hold up. That's not the answer. It's not like a debate. You know what I'm saying? It's
We're trying to make sure
it's
it's
just something I'm processing because of things I've been told over the years.
Okay.
So it's like, I think it'll be easier for me to agree with that because it's dealing with the moon directly.
Right.
But like, everything else is like the calendar, something that was established at a certain time. I'm just thinking about all of it. So like, I don't disagree. I just gotta still think about it.
But you gotta understand too. We're not on the righteous calendar. We're on the Gregorian calendar, man. We're not on the lunar.
Yep.
Lunar calendar. It's supposed to be on the lunar calendar. We're dealing with what?
I got it right here. It's the one lunar. I had it. Yeah, I got it right now. All right. Here it is. Get it back. All right.
I had some information on my phone I wanted to get, but we on live, so I'm not gonna worry about it though.
By the way, like I'm sure y'all would know about this, right? Like,
Oh yeah, he gonna be.
I would be
He gonna get controversial. Yeah, we cool.
we didn't go still. Remember when the Sabbath was established, Moses and them didn't have no calendar. They
that's
have
all I'm really
January,
listening,
Monday,
like-
Tuesday,
like-
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
people
Saturday,
don't-
Sunday. They
people
have
don't
that,
do
brother.
They
Like,
just want, stick to the calendar.
And
I
really-
think about it all the time.
and really going off the lunar cycle, that keep you more in tune. That make you pay attention. Make sure you're in tune with the Lord. Because if you just say Friday to Saturday, you go, why you know? That make you pay attention. Make you pay attention to the Lord creation. But you gotta do it.
It says a lunar month is generally measured from the precise moment of one primary moon phase to the moment of the same moon phase the next lunar month. So it's a continuous cycle. Do you understand what I just read?
And even if you keep it from Friday to Saturday, when the new moon come in, you gonna totally miss when it's back-to-back Shabbats.
Yeah.
Or the new day start. You gonna just go to next week.
Yeah.
You see, so you basically miss when we are what? Back-to-back Shabbats, man. That which brings in the new moon.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Because the new moon is to be observed as a Sabbath.
Let me just
But
say
it's
something.
not the
If
Sabbath
you
day.
can back me up on
It's just the day the Sabbath is
So
on.
like, basically what you're saying is y'all look at the heavens instead of the calendar for when to actually do
Yes.
Shabbat.
Yes.
It's the only way you can find it.
Get it.
Yeah.
And the moon cycle and the heavens, the moon cycle and the calendars, they don't coincide like that for real.
Can
You know?
I bring up this
You gotta-
This is Ezekiel chapter 46, verse 3. Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of the gate before the Lord in the Shabbats, Sabbaths, and in the new moons. And what you got to understand, this is what we're trying to teach you. Can you know what a Shabbat is without the new moon?
Can't know it.
Without a new moon, there's no Shabbat.
Yeah. It's a great question.
That's what we're trying to get you. Just how I showed you this lunar map, this calendar. Take this off. Take the phone and throw it across the street. We don't need it. You got the heavens. Technically, that's it. Keep the signs by looking in the sky. That's how we know the times that we're in.
Hey, same thing. I'm gonna say this too. Same thing when it comes to the compass. All right, knowing the directions, you find that out through the stars, through the moon. All right, because you got north, You know what north is, right? North, south, east, west. You know what north is. You know, where's true north?
I mean, I know what I was talking.
What you were talking to school about true north? You know what true north is?
It's dealing with the poles.
Heavens. That's true north. But you got the compass. You got the arms on the compass that go. All right, and then the old compass we used to put it out. It just swing around. They tell you where true north. True north is in the heavens. In the heavens, you find out the directions based on the moon. Even the sun. The sun come up where? Where it rises? Rises in the east. And it sits in the west.
You can tell the time by the sun.
You can tell the time by the sun. Back in the ancient times, in Greek, in Roman time, you used to have a dial, a round dial with a square, and you could tell. They just call it they used to call it the 6th hour of the day, the 3rd hour of the day, night hour. So you just tell time by the sun, by the moon.
So, that's what I wanted to ask.
I know.
Somebody get on something.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I got asked all my questions.
Ooh, shit.
I appreciate y'all for showing us.
But do it make sense though?
Yeah, it makes sense.
But just like the elder was saying, even
Y'all using scripture for each point, so I
That's how you supposed to. We supposed to do that. We supposed to. Yeah, I know.
but even the son, like the elder said, for example,
I got 2 good
You gotta
down.
that shit took my train of thought away.
we gotta go in the middle of the block down there, brother. We can get this, pick it up and just go in the middle of the block, brother.
Everybody got a brush.
Hold on.
And hill.
Definitely help follow. Going what we used to do to this small video there.
Yeah, we just moved on that, brother. It's reeking. It's reeking right now. I ain't gonna smell that. Put my nose to that shit.
We got to stick on the water.
We just moved down right there a little bit.
I'm just gonna move further down.
I'm gonna go right here. We're according to the Bible, yeah. Show him the sign real fast. If your father, basically it's based on what your daddy is. If your father would go back to one of these, this is the name that was given to oppression, right? Slavery. These are the names that the Lord knows by the Bible. If your grandfather go back to one of these tribes, that would make you. Like down here in the South, New Orleans, most people down here are Haitian, they Jamaican, or they go back to so-called Negroes. Now, the Negroes are the real Jews, right? In the Bible. But, yeah, we about to move right here because, she has tea and so we got to get right here. You can listen to it. Come right here. Yeah, we just go right here. Make sense, though?
when I say do trust me, I'm not just saying it. I'm just used. I guess I'm used to debating with y'all. So like,
Yeah, here we go right here.
that's,
Yeah, I'm going to go right there a little more.
Yeah. The wind to carry it down.
Yeah.
She walked her territory.
God damn.
Here you go. I'll jump in there. No, because you asked a good question. You asked a good question. Now, based on your father, that's what makes you who you are, right? Like say, for instance, because it's not a thing of color. Like say if your father was Cuban and your mother was so-called black, you would still come out possibly with different shades of brown skin. That's what make you up. Now, over here in society, they make you think everybody who has dark skin is a so-called black person. This is all bullshit, But the Negroes in America, so-called blacks in America, those are the real Jews. All right? Now, give me the time. You got
I got a big body.
I want to show you, like, we don't, the Negroes in America, the Latinos, Native Americans, we don't come from, we dwelled in Africa. Yeah, we dwelled in Africa for a period of time. But naturally, our homeland, where we're from the land of Israel. It took our land from us. We got ran out of our land through 70 AD, and I can get that.
Yeah.
Give me the.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. What that other bag I got? The books in it. That's right down. All right, my man.
Got that word for you.
Go ahead.
It's the word ham, 213 in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Now turn this around for him. Nah, it said this is Ham. Now, you got Noah had what? It was Noah? Noah had 3 sons. Ham, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, all 3 of these sons, that's where you get the 18 nations of the world, the different nations of people. Now, we ourselves, including you, brother, we come out of the son Shem. But over here in the Western Hemisphere, through the educational system, they tell us that we're Hamites, or so-called Africans. Only thing we had to do with Africa that we ran in there for 1,000 and 1,500 years.
That's right.
And at some point around 1620, all right, 1620, 1619, they put us in slavery. Mm-hmm. The Africans fought against us and took us down. The Arabs built the slave ships, and the so-called white man benefited off it. Right along with the international bankers, they funded the whole thing. And from that time on to this present time in this land, we've been deceived and thinking we something else. We thinking we everything else, but who we really are. Now it's getting to the son Ham though. Get it?
It's the word ham. It says ham, perhaps hot.
And the reason why it says Ham, perhaps hot, because Ham was dwelling where? Africa. It's hot as a motherfucker in Africa, right? And it goes back to the word come, which means goes to the word chemical. And what you do with chemicals in the lab, you heat it up. It's hot. Go ahead.
It says the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He became the father of the dark races. Go ahead.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
This is from this book. That's been written by scholars. Yeah. They know that we're not Africans, brother. They know that we have nothing to do with Africa. This is another one. What they got on there? You got a small hat, a so-called Jewish person, all right? Same word, the word Ham. It says Ham, the son of Noah, a father of Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. It says father of these 4. It says while they all may have been dark-skinned, they were not the progenitors of the Negroid races. So they know this, man. Right?
This precept to bring out that we not Africans, we Israelites. Just because we had the same skin tone don't mean we the same people. You got some East Indians that's darker than me, but they're not our people. Right. That don't mean that.
And I'm gonna say this too. That's why I said earlier it's not a thing of color, because you got Israelites. Turn the sign back around. You got Israelites on this side because one of the curses that was spread against the children of Israel, that we're going to be spread around the 4 corners of the earth. So with that being said, you're going to have Israelites coming and looking like as so-called white people over here. Because a lot of the Italians, a lot of the Sicilians, people from Wales, Scotland, they go back to these people. Through one in particular people. You ever heard of the Moors? Yeah, the Moors were these 3 tribes that was forced to worship under the religion of Islam. They conquered what you know as North Egypt all the way to Morocco. From the time in Morocco, they went up to the Bering Straits until what we know as the European nations. They conquered it. there half naked, hitting people with blowing darts, man. Who was? I'm gonna show you. Read this real fast. I want to read this. This is from this book. This is from a book. You can get it. It's called Nature Knows No Color Line. Now, if I want you to get that first and then Jonathan real fast one.
All right, which one?
Ham. Well, you got ham. Get the other one.
The other one,
Yeah, Bummer 10 about 2, 80, 83.
83.
No, that's right.
780. All right, this is the from Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84. The second paragraph, it says, in the year 65 BC.
This is real history that really happened. All right, go ahead.
In the year 65 BC, before Common Era, it says, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son, Titus, put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter.
Right, which that happened. This is the time before the so-called Negroes got into what we know today as Africa. This is the event that happened. Go ahead.
It says, during the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people, the Israelites. It says, during the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. Fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of Jewish black slaves.
Yeah, we're not from Africa. We're from the land of Israel, man. All right, we're Israelites, brother. All right?
That was good listening to you, man.
Yeah, this one before you go. Look at this. This is the Negro coats of arms. This is from French, Dutch, and Belgian families, man.
Yeah.
We ruled what we know as the Byzantine era or the Dark Ages. Called the Dark Ages because Negroes were ruling. Well, I got books in this to tell you how we was the real Vikings. We was you heard of the Knights Templar?
Yeah.
The niggas that run around with all that steel on? What the Negroes?
Yeah.
The Raiders, the Vikings, the Roman Catholic Church, that was Negroes. That's why they fought so hard to lie to us, man, not tell us who we are. We're the most smartest, strongest people there is, man. Wait, you got something?
Jeremiah 10 and 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Now, he got something else for you.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
This is an actual account that happened. I think it's
It was an Egyptian president that said it. He made this quote in 1952. And you can see his name was Gamal Abdel Nasser. And this was his quote that he made in 1952, which around that time, what was happening? Those gutter rats were getting possession of the Holy Land. Yeah. When he was asked about peace in the Middle East, the late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated, the Jews will never be able to live here in peace because they left here black, but they came back white.
Woo. That was out there rape blacks and stuff.
Yeah. Then they set up something called the Balfour Declaration and made themselves Jews, the so-called Jewish people. So give me Revelations 2 and 9, man.
Gotcha.
All right? The Lord got something to say about that.
I got it.
Ezekiel 36 and 5.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
It's Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
The Lord was talking to us, the Israelites. He said, I know thy works, your tribulations, and your poverty. But said, thou art rich, we're rich, which is Romans 11:33. Right. With faith in the knowledge of the Most High, man. That's how we become rich, go ahead.
It says, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
We're not calling ourselves Jews. We're calling ourselves everything under the sun. Blacks, African Americans, Negroes, niggas. Yes. The ones that call themselves Jews are who? The people over there in the land of Israel. So-called white. But the Lord said, but you are not the people, man. Right.
It says, which say, I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
So blasphemy is a filthy, stinking lie, man. Right.
It says, but are the synagogue of Satan.
call them the chief house of Satan, which they are, because the so-called Jewish people, preferably with the Rothschilds, they run the world. They run Hollywood, they run the sports world, they run the known world, all the gas industry, they own everything, man. Media. But we the ones, we calling ourselves uptown hardheads. Peace.
Yeah.
All right? All right? Race Street Crips. We calling ourselves everything under the sun but what we supposed to be. That's Israelites. I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, from the tribe of Benjamin, from the tribe of Naphtali, Zebulun. That's our true nationality, man, not black. Nobody black, man. You see, this is black. Yeah. I ain't seen a nigga yet that color. Well, an African, a real African. Right?
Yeah. God,
he had black, he needs some help, man. He died, man. He got Ebola or some shit. All right? All right.
Hey.
Hey, you can find us on YouTube. You got YouTube? Internet on your phone? What part? How far are you from Jackson? We got brothers in Jackson, though. We got brothers doing the same thing in Jackson. Just put it in. Somebody get a pin in the thing. Write it down. I got a pin in here. Where's the pin? It's a pin in my bag. I got a pin in. Somebody get a Mississippi camp, too.
Mom got a car.
He in the back. He in Subway.
I got one. What is getting that out?
Yeah, but get get him to Mississippi camp too.
Real quick, this Romans chapter 8. This Romans 8 and 16. It says the Spirit itself, and what's the Spirit? Yahweh said, the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the words in these scriptures, the curses we going through, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. That's one of the things that was written. But it's the point. It says the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So when we read these scriptures and we see what the Israelites went through, the curses that they were supposed to go through, how the Israelites went into slavery on slave ships, all that was written in the Bible. So now us reading these things, we look into the word and say, well, hold on. Our people going through the same things. Our people came on slavery and slave ships. So what's written in here, and bear witness with our spirit, that man, we got to be the Israelites then. You know? You see? You know? And that's another thing that's coming out in. Matter of fact, I'll get another one. This Deuteronomy chapter 28. And I'll start at verse 45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, until thou be destroyed. Talking to the Israelites, it says, because thou hearken not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. But it's the point. And they shall be upon thee, what? The curses. What the Israelites is going to go through. It says, they shall be upon thee for a sign. Now, what is a sign for? For example, say you driving down the street, you know, you looking for signs to tell you where your exit going to be at, to tell you where you at. So in order to identify the Israelites in the latter days, what? We got to look at the people to who going through these curses, man. That's the sign. It says, and they shall be for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. So whoever in this modern times going through what it said the Israelites was going to go through, they got to be the Israelites, man. And now once we read these things and we send our people go through it and bear witness with our spirit. You see what I'm saying? You know? You see, brothers got something, I mean, wrapping it up on.
Yeah, I got something just to back up what the elder brother was going into about, hey, we fled into Africa for a time, but that's not where we're originally from. And this is an Edomite that wrote this in a book called A Tropical Dependency. She wrote it back in the 1800s, and her husband was actually one of the head governing bodies of Britain's colonies in West Africa. But this is on page 319. There have been evidently 3 stages in the history of West Africa to which 3 great religious movements have corresponded. There was a first and very early period of what I may call pure Negroidism, in which the religion of the fetish corresponded. And that's going into the actual Hamites, where you know the bones in the lips and the little whatever idols and gods that they had. During this period, pygmy races occupied the middle Niger. And we know those pygmies are what? Hamites. They make their teeth sharp. They got the loincloths, all that shit.
They got that red shit, the red clay in there.
And fetish worship prevailed upon its banks. Now listen to this. And remember, this is talking about West Africa. And when you think of West Africa, what do you think of? So-called black people, so-called African people. There was a second period, still very early, occupation by peoples whose origin is variously stated to have been from India, Babylon, Persia, ancient Egypt, and Phoenicia. And with this occupation came a form of paganism, of which the rites still practiced have points of similarity with what we know is to be the worship of Astarte, Jupiter Ammon, and Isis. What? All those so-called Middle Eastern gods.
That's right.
So you're saying you had a second period of migration where people came from Babylon, Persia, and ancient Egypt. And what were all some of the ancient captivities the Israelites were in? Exactly.
Babylon, Persia, ancient Egypt.
From Babylon to Timbuktu,
Yeah,
literally.
Hey, you know, what was in Daniel was the prophecy of the statue. You had Egypt up in there, and you had the Assyrio-Babylonian Empire. Who was next? The Persian Medes. We lived there. Now what? The Greeks, Romans, and Esau, Edom, where we at today. They were
and now what? We were talking about the Moors, which we knew were Israelites that practiced Islam. There was a third period of Arab influence and subsequent conquests, of which the beginning may be placed in the 9th or 10th century of our era, that was accompanied by the spread of Mohammedan religion.
That's why Jake became the Moors through the force of the sword on them, man. Right? Because the Moors, there was Israelites, but they were converted into Islam.
Yeah. And then what? They went through the Rock of Gibraltar up into Spain, and then what? The Morenos, Granada, Jake went into Europe. It all lines up, and even Edomites clearly know the history of it.
That's also in Revelation 12 when it was going into 270 AD, because the elder was speaking about it.
That's what I had too.
Hey, you see, you know?
Yeah, I had that.
Revelation 12, it described that when we was going to be cast out of our land in 70 AD, we was going to go into that wilderness. You know, now of course we fled to the north, east, and the south, but mainly that's Africa. And it said from there, the Lord had a place prepared for us. Where is that? Right here where we standing at. And that's what the fuck about that's one of the excerpts from this book. How over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. And from there, we got on slave ships, Deuteronomy 28:68, and came over here. Again, if we not the people, please tell me who else is. Where they at? Right. It will be prophesying in the last times. But, you know, they're from land. We had that research?
Yeah. It's Revelation chapter 12. Ooh, what can I start at? Man, let me start at verse 1. It says, and then appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun.
Who's that woman symbolic for Israel, the Israelites?
Yeah. You get Jeremiah, somebody get Jeremiah 62. I'll get it. All right. A woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
That's in 12 tribes. Hey, a good analogy to use. Remember Joseph, he was a man of many dreams, right? Now one of the dreams Joseph had was dealing with the 12 stars that showed obeisance unto him. Now what the 12 stars was symbolic for his 12 brothers, and that was the progenitor of the 12 tribes, man. So those 12 stars represent the 12 tribes of Israel, having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because this truth was given to us as a people. You got it, bro.
You got that precept?
Yes, sir. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6. Bear with me, bear with me. This is Jeremiah 6:2, and it reads, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
That's right, man. The Lord likened us to a delicate woman. All right? So wrap it up. All right, yeah. And that's in the book of Peter also, man. The Lord said we were peculiar people. Okay, a chosen generation. Us. All right? The Israelites are the greatest in everything, man. All Esau did was just stole it and put his name on it.
We the woman that the Lord deals
That's
with.
it.
Man. We're the Lord's woman, man. We're being prepared for that supper of the Lamb, man. 144,000, like it speaks of in Revelation, the 7th chapter, man. 12,000 from each tribe, and it goes into the 9th chapter. It says, out of different nations, tongues, people, man. Our kindred. You got it, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna read this one. Get Matthew 11 and 12. I'm gonna wrap. That's gonna be a wrap. All right. This is Revelation 12 and verse 3. It's like 12 and verse 2. It says, "And she being with child cried, traveling in birth and pain to be delivered." And that goes back to what the brother was bringing out in that historical book of secular history. The Israelites were fleeing from the Romans. Okay, suffering pain and distress under all the Roman emperors. Okay, Herod the Great. Okay, had his own personal army. Nero. Okay, Nero burnt down the Colosseum and blamed it on Israelites, and then reignited it 3 days later. A devil. All right, we bring it out.
Matthew 11.
Yeah, Matthew 11 and 12.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 12. Yahweh Shai speaking. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force.
That's right, man. The Romans took it by force. Okay, they're coming again. The siege of Masada, the siege of Jerusalem. Go look at the history on that. Okay, and the siege is coming again. And what that is? Luke the 19th chapter goes to that word siege, which means Karak. It's not the same Karak as it mentioned in the 13th chapter of Revelation. Okay, that's a whole surrounding, a gate, a fenced in, to close you in. And when Luke 2. Yeah, Luke 19. Yeah, Luke 19 and 43. 43 or 44. Real quick. Getting ready to close out.
It's Luke 19.
Luke 21 and 20.
Luke 21 and 20.
Hey, if I may add, while you look at the scripture, ever since Israel came to the promised land, we was besieged by the Midianites. We were besieged by the heathens. All right? As soon as we left the wilderness of Mount Sinai and went to the promised land, you go to the book of Judges, the kingdom of heaven, the Israelites were in submission. The Moabites had us in captivity for like 18 years, man. So ever since we've been a nation, we only had 40 years of peace. You got it, bro.
It's Luke 19 and 43. For the day shall come upon thee that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round about and keep thee on every side.
I was warning them that the enemy is on the move. We're doing the same thing right now. Warning you people. Yeah, go ahead.
I say this too. Y'all Israelites. Hey, my man.
Hey.
Woo. Come here, my man.
Hey.
Fuck him then, man.
Yeah. That was his one. That was his ticket right there. That was his ticket. Yeah.
Fucking Mexican with a Jerry curl, man.
It says 44, and shall lay thee even to the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation.
Right, you didn't know. You didn't take heed to the warning. You didn't know that the Romans was coming in. When he said kick you in on every side, you went closed in.
That's
Right there. That's it. Yeah. Oh man, that is sick. That's crazy. They gonna be all over that tonight. Yeah. And when a city is closed in, it produces what? Famine, cannibalism. Okay. This time you're gonna have concentration camps. All right. All tied in, which culminates in Jacob's trouble. All right. This is the siege 2.0.
This is Luke 21 and verse 20. And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that desolation thereof is nigh.
Right, man. The desolation is nigh. Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let And let not them that are in the countries enter there too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
It happened back then. They fled to the mountains. When you got Israel sitting right there, you got to go into Egypt. You got mountain regions, man. South of Israel. You had Jakes fleeing until we know as the known world of Europe. All around, man, getting out of there from that persecution. That's why the Lord said it back then. If you was in the land, get the hell out. If you was out of the land, don't go your ass back in there, man. It's gonna be that bad. But guess what? The same thing's gonna happen in these present times. To where these cities are gonna be besieged with troops, NATO troops. I mean, trained killers, assassins, man, mercenaries.
John Wicks, like you were talking about.
Yeah, John Wicks, man. There's gonna be drugged up with PCP, angel dust, which is a mind control drug, to be killing machines, man. They're gonna mow a lot of you Israelites down. A lot of you millions on top of millions, you Israelites are gonna die, man. Gruesome, horrible deaths, man. Endless mountains, right?
The Bible speaks about the cities being troubled, man. All right. Also, it says, well, one man shall desire to see another one and shall not be able. Go into the city, not gonna be able to. The bridge is gonna be blown. The cutoff point is gonna stop, man. It's the Lord's move. Hey, but with that, hey, we hope this lesson out on the highways and hedges was very edifying. We're out here week in and week out, prophesying the downfall and destruction of Babylon the Great, which is a miracle, and proclaiming salvation to the hopefully remnant of the Lord's elect. Facing the east, we want to give all infinite honor and glory and praises to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Ba'Dash.
double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, the rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopefully elect who continue to push this truth throughout the four corners of the earth in these latter days. A Bible ball, 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 a Bible ball.